We are live, waiting for all the indicators to let me know that it is time to go live. Welcome to another Sunday live stream, mobile content creators, YouTubers, and otherwise awesome people who want to hang out with me on a Sunday. How are you doing? Today I'm answering your mobile creator questions, mobile YouTuber questions. And if you do have a question, please head down to the description. I've got a link to a form down there. Click on the form, fill some stuff out, make sure your question goes in there. So I'm going to see your question because I don't get to a lot of questions here in the chat. However, at the end of the form, we're going to do some rapid fire stuff. So we'll do that at the very end of the live stream. But before we get started, I want to say today's show, as is every show, is brought to you by TUBEBUDDY, the #1 browser plugin and growth app for YouTubers. Look, if you follow my channel, I know you have TUBEBUDDY, but in case you don't, in case you are just getting started on your journey, in case you're trying to figure out what tools you need to succeed on YouTube, head down to my description. I have a link to TUBEBUDDY. TUBEBUDDY is a tool that you want. Today's show is also brought to you by StreamYard, a new channel sponsor. So thank you, StreamYard, for that. That's what I'm using to broadcast this with right now. StreamYard is fantastic, especially if you're just getting started and you're trying to figure, okay, I don't understand all the stuff about live streaming. I want something that's very simple and easy to use. StreamYard is a solution for that, and it's perfect for bringing on guests. So if I want to bring on up to 9 more people, that's 10 people, including me, you can do that with StreamYard, and you can get a link to StreamYard down in the description as well. Let me put them right there. Boom, add guests to your stream with StreamYard. So thank you, TUBEBUDDY. Thank you, StreamYard, for sponsoring today's show. I appreciate it. It keeps the lights on. All right, I see the gang is all here. People are showing up. Scully's House of Thriller, fully involved media group LLC. How you gentlemen doing? Doug Hewson, YT. How you doing, sir? Hey, Susie, how you doing? Penny Morgan Live, positive. How you doing? All right, Storage Scavenger. How you doing? I need to turn my headphones down just a little bit. Hold on. Coming in a little bit hot in my own cans here. All right, so just joining us because I know notifications are still going out. Head down there, drop your questions in the form. Look, I'm answering all kinds of questions. So you want to talk about mobile stuff? You want to talk about mobile gear, mobile apps, how to make content with your phone, mobile microphones. You want to talk about YouTube. You want to talk about whatever. It's going to be one of those streams. I'm in a great mood today. So how's everybody doing? Let's kick this off. Let me know how you are doing. Let me know where you're at. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know if you're having a good day, good night, whatever you're doing. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Nice to see you in here. Storage Scavenger says, celebrated 1 year on YouTube yesterday. Congratulations, man. I hope you are enjoying the journey. And I see you do have a question in the form. I'm going to hop into those here in just a little bit. Hey, Shelly Saves the Day. How you doing? Nice to see you, Shelly. Hey, guys, in case you... Did I just say, hey, gays? Hey, guys. I mean, if you are gay, that's cool, too. Hey, gays. Hey, guys. Whatever. If you don't know, Shelly Saves the Day has channel memberships now. So if you dig what she is doing over on her channel, and you need to go check her out and become part of her channel membership if you haven't done so already. And for those of you who do not know, I have my own channel membership as well. We do live streams anywhere 2 to 3 times a month. Things are a little bit sketchy for me right now because I'm not home. And we also have a private Facebook group. I'm in there every day answering questions, sharing tips and tricks and that sort of thing. If you want to join the channel membership, head down to the description. I've got a link to that down there as well. Oh, thanks, bud. Well, Shelly, I'm trying to send everybody over there to you. all sorts of people. Hey, Scrap and Palette, man. How you doing, man? Nice to see you in here. Hope you are doing well. All right, so I'm going to just jump right... Actually, I'm going to pause here. I see a lot of people chiming in from different places in California. Hey, look, man, for those of you in California and Oregon, that whole strip of the United States, oh my gosh, what is going on over there? Listen, I probably don't even have to tell you this. You already have your mask. Make sure your mask is an N95 mask. I'll let you a little secret. I consider myself an expert when it comes to pollution, and I'll tell you why. Because I do live in Thailand, and 3 months out of the year, we have seasonal pollution because the farmers in the entire region, they burn their crops for 3 months. So what you guys are experiencing right now in California and on up the coast there, I have that every year for 3 months. So make sure your mask is an N95 mask. It's going to block the particles, the proper. If you're just going out and you just got like the cloth mask and that sort of thing, that's not blocking the harmful particles from the fire. Also, get a purifier for your home. You can get those for maybe $100, $150. They will purify a lot of the air and some of the toxins that are coming in from the flame. So do that. We live every room in our house and in the studio. We have those air purifiers in. So when the farmers start burning, we make sure that the air we breathe. And you'd be surprised, the air quality outside is almost as bad inside. You would think because you close the windows, you would think that it's going to be different. It's not. It's almost equally as bad inside as it is outside. So protect yourself. Do all the things. The ionizer is great, says Penny Morgan. Yeah, pretty nasty stuff over there. Thanks, Storage Scavenger. Appreciate that. Hey, Deo, how you doing? Reaper777, how you doing? All right, I'm jumping right into the questions here because we're going to cap these today. We're not going to get too deep. First question comes from 10 cc's of gaming. I'm going to take a wild guess here at gamer. Question is, after 6 months of being on YouTube, I've hit 50 subscribers. Congratulations. I've recently started placing a preview at the beginning of each of my videos before my intro to see what that could do for me. Do you think I should just remove my intro completely or leave it in? That's a great question. Of the people who are in the chat right now, show of hands, type in yes in the chat right now if you use an intro. This includes gamers, and there's a lot of gamers in here. Do you use an intro? Type in yes if you use an intro, because I want to talk about that for a while. If you use an intro, if you use anything at the beginning that isn't related to the actual video itself, this is going to have to be something that you test to see how people respond to what it is that you're making. And keep this in mind. And think of yourself here as a viewer. When you go to YouTube and you are watching people's videos, you're searching for something, you want to be entertained, you want to laugh, you want to cry, you want to learn how to do something, you want to learn how to stain your deck, whatever it is, stain your deck, behave. You're not there for their intro, right? You're not there for the intro. You're not there for fancy graphics. You're there for the message that they're sharing, the story that you're sharing, or the information that they're sharing. That's why you're there, right? You're not there for their intro. So if you do have an intro, I want you to test it. Make some videos without it, make some videos with it, and then look at your audience retention report to see if people respond differently. And if you do have an intro, keep it very short. 3 seconds, 4 seconds. People are gonna have different opinions on this, but you're not there for the intro, right? Keep it 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, keep it short, keep it sweet. Remember why people are clicking in the first place. Now, to the question, should you remove your intro in the first place? I would test it and see. You should open up your video with some sort of a hook. That could be an audio hook where you're talking about what's happening in the video or what they're getting ready to get. Or it could be something exciting, or it could be some sort of a visual hook where there's something in your gameplay or there's something in your video that's, like a few seconds of a highlight. It's like, whoa, you want to get their attention, right? You have seconds to get their attention because they click on your video and they're making those decisions within the first few seconds. Do I like this creator? Did I click on the right video? Are they going to give me the right information? Did they clickbait me? How's their audio? Do I like this person? Do I want to punch them in the face, right? They're making all these split-second decisions as soon as they click. So the more you can do to get their attention right out of the gate, the better chance that they're going to continue to watch your video. So come up with some sort of a audio or video style hook at the beginning of your video, and then test your videos out. Some with intros, some without intros, if you do have an intro. I don't use them. I don't use them because that's not why people come to my channel. If I did use one somewhere down the road, if I decide to put one in, it's going to be like 2 seconds long. Just like my name, that's it. And it's over because that's not why they're there. Zach talks tech in the house. What is going on, man? Hope you're doing well, Zach. And by the way, Zach, I saw your scale. Congratulations on your weight loss, my friend. Construction Cronies says my intro is 5 seconds long. I use it to state my value proposition as an icebreaker. Yeah, just keep it short and sweet, man. Keep it short and sweet. So Zach says, yes, but I open with a hook. Then my video comes to a 3-second intro. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like if you're going to use an intro, I'm glad you said that. What I mean by that is if you are going to use an intro, still open with a hook. Somebody clicks the video, boom, there's your hook. It could be something visually amazing, or it could just be you telling them what it is, right? What they're going to expect in the video. And if you do have an intro, then you drop your intro, right? They click, they get your hook. If you have an intro, then you put a very short intro, and then they come in and you get into the meat of what it is that you're doing. And the way you test all of this to see how it works is look at your audience retention inside of YouTube Studio. You're going to see that graph, and you're going to see where people are leaving. Now, naturally, most people are going to have some drop-offs at the beginning. I get them myself too. But if you start seeing sharp drop-offs, really sharp drop-offs, you know you need to do something different at the beginning of your video. Next question. This one comes from Storage Scavenger. Great question here. It says, how do I get more people engaged to come and stay in my live streams? I often have 10 to 15 people in my streams at a time. Often my streams are Q&A and auctions. Okay, so I looked at your channel because I can multitask, right? I'm doing this and I'm looking at your channel. I'm doing all the things here. One eye's down here, one eye's out there. And okay, a couple of things. One, it looks like you are live streaming all the time. All the time you're live streaming. So there's nothing that makes your live stream very exclusive for the people who are coming in your live streams, right? Don't get me wrong, I love live streaming. If I could live stream every day, I would live stream every day, but that's just not my channel. And what I would try is try spacing those live streams out. Try to do one a week. Try doing one live stream a week, or even 2 live streams a week, because you want to make it a little bit more exclusive. Because let's say I can't come to your live stream today. Well, I don't care, because I know you're going to be live tomorrow. And if I can't make that one, I don't care, because I'm going to be in the one after that. You're in there almost every day. So the first thing I would do is try to be a little bit more exclusive about your live streams. Second thing to do is it just comes with practice. I see you're just kind of getting started. You have under 1,000 subscribers currently. You're getting close though. So early congrats on that. You're going to hit that soon. Look, holding an audience is difficult. Even with the Q&A, I mean, you'll see people come and go in my streams all the time. It happens, right? Sometimes you'll get a surge and I'll go up to, 100 people. Sometimes it'll drop down to 30 people. Sometimes it will jump back up to 70 people. Sometimes it will hang around 40 people. It's kind of all over the place. But I'll tell you this, if I stream earlier in the day, if I stream in the morning, I get a lot more people who come to my live streams than if I stream now. Right? When I stream late like this, a lot of my audience in the US and in parts of the US and Canada, they're sleeping or they're getting ready to go to bed. They don't want to come to my live stream. But if I go earlier in the day, in the morning, everybody's up, right? Everybody's up. So test the time that you are live streaming as well. So try to be a little bit exclusive and try to go as early as possible if you want more people, and make sure that you hype it up. Hype it up. If you want people in there, tweet about it, Facebook mention it on LinkedIn, wherever, whatever you got. If you got an email list, mention that the live streams are going to happen. Try to be consistent with them, and build them up. But if you're every single day, if you miss one, and it doesn't matter. So that's what I got for you there. Car Galaxy Studio. Hey man, what is going on? I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you were doing well. Average Canadian, how you doing? Anyone else dealing with forest fires? We were just talking about that. Average Canadian. DMJT, how you doing? Nicole, the Blind Mage, how you doing? And for those of you who are channel members who don't know yet, because there's still a good handful of you who have not made it over to the Facebook group, we do have a Facebook group now. So if you head over to my community feed on the channel, look at the members only posts, you're going to see a link to the Facebook group. I'd love to see everybody over there. All right, next question. Next question comes from your average Canadian, almost on cue. Hey, D, I finally found my niche after months of random uploads, and now I think I could change my name to reflect my niche. Do you think a name change is a good idea? Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to quickly look at your channel here. Give me 1 second. The Average Canadian is your name, and my question is, what niche did you change to? So it looks like you're talking about ceramic wax. You're talking about cleaners and that sort of thing. I would absolutely change your name. So I was not expecting this at all with your channel, right? So you're talking about automotive detailing. I would, if you're going all in on automotive detailing or something about that, then I would think about a name that has something to do with that. Your Average Canadian, I That feels like a disconnect to me. Now, you could use your real name, right? You could use your name. And then it doesn't matter what you do, right? So if today I'm making content for mobile creators, for YouTubers, but a year from now, 2 years from now, I decided to pivot and do something else, I don't have to change my name because the brand is me. So you could make the brand about yourself. So consider that. And yeah, I would probably I would think about a name change. So yes. Next question comes from Voyager's Revenge, who says, "Hey D, I hope you're feeling great." I am feeling great. I feel fantastic. You know why? Because I'm growing a beard. I feel great because I'm growing a beard. I'm not feeling great because it's turning gray, but I'm feeling great because I'm growing a beard. I have a question regarding YouTube subscribers and how I can possibly convince some or most of them to follow me on Instagram, where I'm also creating similar content. I've reached 43,000 subscribers on YouTube. Congratulations. And I'm wondering how I could get people to check out the Instagram without coming off too aggressively. That's a great question. And the truth of the matter is you can ask them to follow you on Instagram. That doesn't mean that they will. People tend to go to the platforms that they go to. Sometimes it is hard to send people back and forth. So, one thing you can do, like you see here on my screen, right? Like I've got a little thing. Hey, follow me on Twitter, D Nimmin. I might get, if I'm lucky, out of this entire live stream, I might get 2 or 3 people to come over and follow me on Twitter from this live stream, if I'm lucky, right? Because people who aren't into Twitter, they probably don't want to go over to Twitter. So that's something to keep in mind. People are going to go where people want to go. You can mention it. I find for me, I don't want to aggressively tell me to go someplace, but you can do a couple of things. One, you can just put graphics on your screen, just in passive. So you're carrying on, you're doing whatever it is you're doing in the video, a little graphic comes on the screen. Hey, follow me over here, right? Make sure you link to that in your description, someplace so they can see it, or you can do something in your videos that's exclusive. Maybe you do behind the scenes stuff over on Twitter. So you can mention that, oh yeah, if you want to see the behind the scenes of this video, you mentioned this at the end or something. If you want to see the behind the scenes of this video, follow me over on Twitter. Or Instagram. I'm making content over there. What you do not want to do not make a video dedicated to sending people off of YouTube. Don't do that. But if you do something in passing, just letting people know that you're over there, that's fine. Growing into the platforms, it can be slow. Just keep going, put the graphics in. Next question comes from SWO Automotive. How can I live stream pre-recorded videos on YouTube? You're on an Android phone. Okay, so if you don't have access to a desktop computer, if you do have access to a computer, the easiest way to do that would be with something like Streamlabs or OBS. All right, that would be the easiest way to do it. But if you don't, if you're just rocking your Android, which is perfectly fine, then I recommend checking out Prism Live Studio. They do allow you now, well, they've allowed it now for a couple of months, to add media and play videos. So you have to resize it and you have to move it in and everything, but you can stream pre-recorded videos with Prism Live Studio. You can do it with StreamYard, especially through the mobile, responsive mobile login with StreamYard, but they do have a cap on how big of the file size is. So you can do it with StreamYard, you can do it with Prism Live Studio, but I don't think Prism has that cap on it. But if it's under the file, if it's under 5 minutes, you can do that on StreamYard, and it's really, really easy to do. Really easy to do. That's right, Car Galaxy Studios. Don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you for that. Zach says, don't send people off platform. Yeah, that's so important. Like, don't make, so Linus Tech Tips got in trouble a while back because they, I think it was, they were running a video, or I think they were running a live stream on YouTube telling people to go watch their live stream on Twitch, and they got in a whole bunch of trouble for doing that. So you never want to send people, you never want to make content for the purpose of sending them off platform. But if it's just in mention or in passing or something like that, you can definitely do that. Another thing that you can do, hey Napturo, how you doing? Another thing that you can do is, maybe I'm not going to recommend that. Never mind, I'm going to take that back. I was going to recommend another strategy, but I'm not going to do that. But then another thing you could do is if you are building some sort of an email list, you can make sure to inform people through your email list that you are on these other social media platforms. So skipping one of those and jumping onto that one. What I do with my videos is every video that I upload has a purpose, and that purpose might be for views. It might be for watch time. It could be that I'm trying to lead them into a playlist to try to get them to watch more videos. It could be a sponsored video. It could be an affiliate-based video. Occasionally, I've made videos where the focus is education, but I've also kind of leaned heavily at the end towards letting people know that I am on these other social media platforms. So purposefully make your content. Wanted gaming to the next question. In TUBEBUDDY research tool, is a lot of videos on a keyword a bad thing? You mean competition? I had a keyword and it had 2.1 million videos on it. And if it is, what should I stay under? Okay, so here's the thing. You want to see the ranking that TUBEBUDDY gives you. TUBEBUDDY will let you know if that particular keyword phrase is too competitive for your channel or not. Now, it's not 100% accurate all the time because you might knock it out of the park with a thumbnail that is fantastic. And then when they click on that thumbnail, you might knock it out of the park with an amazing video. And YouTube's going to see that, and YouTube's going to position you in the proper place. So you could knock it out of the park, even though all the data says that you probably won't. But what TUBEBUDDY and the other systems will do for that is just look at your data, right? Data only, and say, based on your channel, based on your past videos, based on everything that we've gathered from your channel, based on YouTube, we don't recommend you try this particular keyword phrase because it's too competitive. Now, you're talking about a keyword. I want you to know that keywords are not like, don't bank everything on keywords. Like think phrases, think keyword phrases, right? Instead of just individual keywords, right? Go for phrases, because when people go to you, especially if you're trying to get search traffic, people go to YouTube, they don't usually type in a single word, right? They usually type in some sort of a phrase. So if you're targeting search-based traffic, think of the phrases and the phrasing that people will use to try to find the type of content that you're making. I'm gonna hop over here to the chat, see if I'm missing anything over here. 30-day reviews. Hey, Justin, how you doing, man? Nice to see you in here. WWE Musical Alliance says, hey, D, growing my channel because of you. Hey, man, you're growing the channel because of you. You're putting in the work. You are putting in the work. Zach says, D, you can just use a video viewing app on your computer and then tell StreamYard to display that. Oh, man, yeah, absolutely. So thank you for that. And I have not tested this on a phone. So on a computer side of, because they were doing it with an Android. So on a computer, you can do a screen share, right? So you can play your video on a computer, screen share, and it's going to go full screen. You can play your video that way. I've never tested that on a phone. I've never tried to screen share. I'm actually going to make a note right now to try to see if that even works on a phone, because I've never tried to share my screen on a phone. I don't know if that feature is available or not. Great one, Zach. Thank you. But if you have a computer, that works. Thank you for that. Next question. Question is Soham's Kitchen. He's back every week. How can we edit 4K videos in Kinemaster? Because whenever I try to add a 4K clip in my videos, it says that the average IDR is too high. What to do? Okay, the first thing I've got to ask you is, where did you download Kinemaster? If you've downloaded Kinemaster from any place other than the Google Play Store or the Apple Play Store, any place else besides those two, you probably have a cracked version of Kinemaster, and this applies to all apps, a cracked version of Kinemaster, and you're probably lacking features. Now, it's also possible that the codec that you're using to film is not compatible with Kinemaster. So if you are a paid customer of Kinemaster, or if you're using the free version, but you've got like a legit install of Kinemaster, reach out to them, send them the error that you're getting, and see what they have to say. They're active on Twitter. They're active in their YouTube comments. I think they have probably if you go to their website, I'm sure they have an email place. They're a great team over there. Let them know what the error is. But if you've downloaded this from some rogue source, right? If you didn't get it from the Play Store or the Apple Store, then you've got a cracked version, and yeah, you don't want that. You don't want to use that because they lack features, and you're risking the security of your phone, because when people crack these apps, you don't know what they're putting in them. You don't know what malicious stuff or not that they're putting in them. So many YouTube channels are getting hacked. Cracked apps is one of those things that cause people to get hacked, because they can put things in those apps to end up getting into your accounts. Malicious people can do that. Lots of other ways people are getting hacked as well, but that is one of them. Next question from Icy Bubble 2007. What editing software do you use? If I'm on my computer, I use Vegas Pro. If I'm on my laptop, or if I'm on my iPad, I use LumaFusion. If I'm on my iPhone, I use VideoLeap. Those are my, because they all do something differently, and what I'm editing and where I'm editing depends on the app or the software that I'm going to use. But here's the thing about editing. It's easy for me to say what, people ask me all the time, hey, what's the best video editing app, or what's the best video editing software? I get that a lot. The answer to that isn't so straightforward. I can tell you what I like, but that's based on my phone, which is always a flagship device, meaning it's always a top-end phone, and it's based on my needs as an editor. What you need as an editor in your phone, right, and what your phone can handle, is going to be completely different than what I need. So I recommend, if you're trying to figure out what app works best for you, go watch all of my videos. For all the videos where I talk about the best apps for this, the best apps for that, download them all and see which one works the best on your device, and see which ones play the best with your phone. Because if you have a weaker phone, a weaker chipset in your phone, you might be limited to the apps that you can use. And next question, I think I just answered that one. Next question comes from Most the Guy. By the way, for those of you who are just joining us, if you have a question, I think I've got a thing here. Let me see. There you go. Have a question, please use the form down in the description. I will cap this eventually. So I know some new people coming in here. Head down there. It's down probably in the middle of the description, and drop your question in there. Question, Most the Guy. I need to hydrate. Most the Guy says, I stream on Twitch. I have 2 followers. I would like to know how to make a starting screen and an end screen and a transition screen for free. And you have a gaming console. If you have, look, yeah, that's not something that I can, you can go to, do you have a phone? Do you have a computer, or the only thing you have is a game console? Go to panzoid.com. You can download some stuff for there. You can find some free resources. You're going to have to search around for it. You can use something like PixArt or Pixelab on your phone, or you can use on a phone, you can use Photopea or GIMP or PicMonkey or something like that to build something on your computer. But you're gonna have to put in the work to do that. Next question, Boha Sir. I don't know how my thumbnails look, so can you please do an overview of my thumbnails? All right, I'm not pulling your channel up for people to see, but I'm going to give just a quick glance here, Boha Sir, and just say I think your thumbnails look good enough. I don't read Hindi, so I have no idea what they say, but I will say this. I am going to pull you up because I want to. How many of you here, because I know there's always a good handful of you, is Justin Brown in here? Hold on. Did Justin Brown? Oh, my good. Look at this guy. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Justin Brown. Hashtag Hoon. Can we get a hashtag Hoon for the one and only Justin Brown? Let's see here. Hashtag Hoon. Justin, man, I miss you. I can't wait till we get to hang out again. It's probably going to be about 5 or 10 years the way things are going, but I hope you're doing well. Look, here's the thing, guys. If you're not following this guy right here, you need to go follow this guy right now. He does everything that I do, plus so much more on the phones. He goes into in-depth tutorials that I don't have the stomach for. He will tackle 20-minute editing tutorials on a phone that I just don't have the stomach for. And he teaches you how to do stuff on a computer as well. So mobile creators, go follow Justin. Computer creators, go follow Justin. iPad and tablet creators, go follow Justin. Oh, man. Tell Mike I said, hey, there he is. Hashtag Hoon. Love it. Oh, yeah. So I was going to share a screen. See what see Justin comes in and just disrupts every. Justin, how do you like the beard? How's it coming? You think Hoon would like this, Justin? You think Hoon would approve of the beard? All right, so I'm going to share this screen because I have. If you are, if you're Indian or from Pakistan or right here, I need to show you guys this because this is something that's hurting you guys. I think. Okay, so in your thumbnail you have English, you have Hindi. In your titles over here, right? You have Hindi, you have English. Pick one, man. Just pick one. Pick one, because what's happening is like you're confusing YouTube, you're confusing your audience, right? Just pick a language and run with it. When you're trying to mix languages, you're actually hurting yourself. So if your language, if you're better at speaking your own language, run with that. Unless your English is really good, in that case, run with English, right? But just put everything in one language. Don't try to mix it up. If you feel like you have to do two languages, then start a second channel. But pick a channel, pick one language, and just run with that language. Don't try to mix it. I see this a ton with creators from India and creators from Pakistan. Just pick one. Pick one and run with it. But we got a lot of hashtag Hoons in here. Uh-oh. Doug says, hammer time. I guess you guys are getting unruly in here. Hey, Jason Rupp, thanks for subscribing. I do appreciate it. The Tech Dollar Shave Club. Oh, Alexander SL. You know what? I'm going to put this on the screen too. How do you make a thumbnail? I have, let me put this down here. Video Leap. Look in the description below. Let me see what I got. I got a whole bunch of screens here. What do I have? I've got this. Nope, I got that. StreamYard. What do I got here? Look in the description below. Okay, if you want to learn how to do something on your phone, I have a ton of links down there. How to make thumbnails with your phone, how to make channel art with your phone, how to edit with your phone, how to do all these stuff, how to do all the stuff you're asking, how to do that with your phone. So if you have any questions in terms of how do I make a thumbnail with my phone, it's all down in the description. You're going to have to scroll around to find it, but it's down there. Next question comes from Jimmy Jam. I feel like when I hear Jimmy Jam, I got to drop this. Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Jam stepping up to ask the next question. Jimmy Jam's is not a gaming channel, but they do have an Android device, and the question is, what do you do if you haven't been motivated for over 1 year? All right, that's a good question. Man, if you haven't been motivated for a year, oh, we got a super chat. Look at this. Look at this. Super chat. Lisa Lee, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Question is, thank you. Well, it's not even a question, I don't think. Maybe. Thank you for all your knowledge you share. I appreciate you and your time you spend for asking the questions. Your community is so welcoming and kind. Thank you for that. Thank you. Yes, this is an awesome community. Everybody is so cool and kind. Yeah, so thank you. Thank you for that. Justin says this is the best stream. Yeah, man, that's how we roll. That's how we roll, Justin. So the question was, what do you do if you're not motivated for a year? Now, I don't know if that question meant what to do if I'm not motivated to move forward with my YouTube channel, because that's totally different than what if I'm not motivated to get off the couch, right? Like, hey, man, I'm just on the couch for like a year. Like that's totally different. And if that's the case, send me a private message. I can talk about that. But just if you're not motivated to do YouTube for a year, I would ask yourself why you want to be on YouTube in the first place. I would do a self-assessment and say, why am I uploading these videos, right? Am I really into the stuff that I'm uploading? Because the answer might be no. You might not be into the things that you're uploading. You might be doing things that you think people want to see you make, but truth is you're not really doing stuff that you want to do. So ask yourself, why are you on YouTube? Why are you uploading the videos in the first place? And truth be told, YouTube might not be for you, right? I think everybody has an opportunity on YouTube, but you might be the best short form platform guy or girl that's ever lived. Like TikTok might be your thing. Triller might be your thing. Dub Smash might be your thing. Likey might be your thing. Instagram might be your thing, right? Twitter might be your thing. Like there's so many social media platforms. Don't feel like you have to have a YouTube channel. Don't feel that pressure. So maybe the feeling like man, I just got to shoot a video and I got to edit a video and I got to put a thumbnail together and I got to worry about like, man, YouTube, there's a lot that piles on your shoulders when it comes to YouTube. You might be the best podcaster, right? Like you might be a gem of a podcaster that just hasn't started yet. So I would rethink YouTube, think long and hard about why you're on YouTube, try to find your why about why you're on YouTube. And don't be afraid to try other social media platforms. Don't be afraid to not do YouTube. The trick is, the key here to all of this. Yeah, I see that, Justin. The trick here is do something, right? The fact that you've done nothing in a year, yeah, that sucks. Do something. There's a great subreddit, I don't know if you're on Reddit or not, called No 0 Days. And the concept of that is you do something every single day, no matter how small it is, stepping towards your goal. But the trick is, first, you have to know where you're going. So think about this. Say, okay, you're on the sofa. I haven't been motivated to upload in a year, right? Think about, where do I want to be in a year? What do I want to be doing in a year? Do I want to be on TikTok? Do I want to be on YouTube? Do I want to be in better shape? Whatever that is, right? Do I want to be a little bit smarter? Do I want to be chasing Hoon with Justin Brown from Primal Video, if he's still in here? You have to know. Zach, man, have a good one, brother. Hope you were doing well. Think about where you want to go and do something every single day, no matter how small it is, towards that goal. That something could be reading something about it, right? That something could be journaling about, brainstorming on ideas. That something could be researching ideas. That something could be just experimenting with an app, right? Do something no matter how small it is. No matter how small it is, do something every single day. So the subreddit, No 0 Days, that's the nuts and bolts of that theory. Do something every single day, because what happens is one foot after the other, one foot after the other, one foot after the other. Next thing you know, you are where you want to be, but you have to take those steps. So man, if you're doing nothing, go subscribe to No 0 Days and then put that in play. But you figure out where you're going to go and then start stepping towards it. That's all I got for you. Justin says, do you want a rockin' beard like D? Yeah, here look. Let's just get down to brass tacks. If you want a beard like this, you got to work for it, right? You got to work for it. That's all it comes down to. All right, let's see. Hold on here. No, I don't want a beard. That's where you're going wrong, right? You don't want a beard. That is where you're doing wrong. That's what I'm talking about right there. Progress is a win every time. There you go. Jason says, hey, D, did you ever get the silver play button? I passed 100,000 in subs. Oh, man. What? Dude, you're on fire. Okay, Jason, here's what you do. Send me a message on Twitter. Send me a DM on Twitter. Let me know, in case you might have a different name over there. Let me know it's you, and let me know that I sent you over there. I can send you 2 different links. One link is going to help you get that little tick next to your name. So when you go into a chat or somebody looks at your screen, you're going to have that little circle and the check mark. And then the second one, I'm going to tell you how you can go through the process of actually getting your play button. I had to go through the process as well. I didn't receive it. So funny story about my play button. I'm in Mexico. I'm stranded in Mexico. I'll probably be here for at least 6 months, maybe even a year. My play button is in Thailand. Nick, for those of you who don't know, Nick Nimitz is my brother. He has my play button. It's in the box. He taunts me with it constantly. And Daniel Battelle, he also received his play button, but he's not opening his until I open mine. So Daniel and I are going to do a collaboration video. When I finally get my play button, we are going to do a collaboration video where we open our play buttons together. So Daniel's holding out, Nick's taunting me, and I don't know when I'm going to have it. So yeah, dude, send me a DM. I can walk you through how to get that, how to set that up. Yes, do something every day. Yeah, that's so important, man. Like, if you're not moving it at all, right? You're not taking any steps. You're just spinning your wheels. And then what's going to happen a year from now? You're going to be in the exact same spot. Just take baby steps, man. Take baby steps. And for those of you saying you don't want a beard, look, there's two types of people in this world. There's people who want beards and there's people who don't want beards. The best of us want beards. That's Vegas, babe. Stranded in Mexico. That's rough. Well, here's the thing. Stranded in Mexico, it sounds great, but they've got they're having a problem here with the casualties. They're not, I think they're number 4 in the world for casualties. And most of the stuff that you want to go do is closed. So I've pretty much been stranded for 7 months in Mexico, and we've barely been outside. So we're in an amazing country with amazing food, amazing culture, amazing people, amazing places to go. And unfortunately, we can't see a lot of it because of what's going on. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Beard person here. That's what's up. Dan. What's up, Dan? Sorry, I may have accidentally opened your... Look, man, where I come from, we cut off hands for that. Right? You don't open another man's play button or another woman's play button. You'll lose your hand for that, Dan. You know better. All right, next question. We're getting way, way, way off track. Jimmy Jam. Randomness asks the next question, who says, I just upgraded to a Canon M50. Can we still be boys? Yeah, we can. We can still be. Look, I don't care if you use a camera. I don't care if you use a phone. I don't care if you use a potato. What I care about is that you make content. What I care about is that you're chasing your dreams. You're following your passions. You're making stuff. I don't care. Look, I don't care what you use. We're still be boys. We're still in the same club, right? It's just tools. All these things are tools. Sometimes I use phones. Sometimes I use cameras. Sometimes I don't use a microphone. Sometimes I do use a microphone. Sometimes I use expensive lighting. Sometimes I use inexpensive, tiny ass little lights like this, right? Like, it's all tools, man. It's all tools. And yes, we can still be boys. Congratulations on your new purchase. It's a good camera. Next question comes from Lightning God. That sounds pretty hardcore. This is actually a great question. How do you know what to talk about? How do you know what to talk about? Now, there are 2 ways. Car Galaxy Studios, if I could get you to Canada, I would. Thank you, man. I know you would. I know you would. So the question is, how do you know what to talk about? So I'm going to break this into 2 categories, and I'm going to move as quickly as possible because there's a lot to talk about, and I have a tendency to ramble on. For your videos, if you don't know what to talk about, you have to start with what's your channel about, right? What is your channel about? If you don't know what if you haven't started uploading yet, then you need to figure out what type of content you want to upload first. Once you figure this out, go to YouTube or go to Google and start typing in keyword phrases that are relevant to your type of content. And you're going to get like a drop down, right? These are suggestions. That's what people are searching for. Those are ideas. Those are things to talk about. Make videos about those things. When it comes to live streaming, there's a couple different ways to handle a live stream. One way you can live stream is to do Hangouts or Q&As like this. And if that's the case, you need to come in and have something to start talking about. Then just do, question and answer sort of thing and hang out with the community. That's one way of live streaming. Another way of live streaming is to approach it like live training, right? And approach it to where you make the live stream. It's not very long, but think of it in terms of live training. And when it's finished, it's going to do well for the replay, right? So I do member Hangouts and Q&As. These generally do not do well long-term on YouTube because people don't look for these. YouTube doesn't really recommend these out because it's just a Q&A, right? But if I did this as a 20-minute, instead of doing a member Q&A, let's say I did a 20-minute live stream, live training session where I taught you live how to edit on your iPhone or edit on your Android. That becomes really valuable. And then I can change the title to reflect that, right? How to edit video step-by-step on your Android. Justin Brown, I think he just made that video. I can make a thumbnail that represents that. I can write the description. I can do all of that. And then when the live streaming is finished, right, if there's anything at the beginning or the end, you can use the YouTube editor and trim those off. And now you have a video that might get picked up in search later, or it might end up in suggested, or it might end up in browse traffic. So those are two different ways to do live streams. But it all starts with what type of content do you want to make in the first place. That's where it all begins. That's where it all started. Next question. What do you talk about? Hey, Mike. Mike asks the next question, who says, I just wanted to say your last video really helped me. Oh, right on, man. So those of you who don't know, my last video, yeah, let's talk about this. Mike, I'm glad you brought that up. My last video, for those of you who don't know, is about me telling you not to use music that comes inside of the video editing apps. Okay? Yeah, that's a bombshell. In the past, I've recommended some of these apps where I say, hey, they have music. You can download the music. Now, I want to say not all apps have a problem, but there are a lot of apps right now who are giving copyright claims on music that's being used in their app. Now, there's confusion that's going on. Most of the time, it's not the app company that's actually given the claim. It's somebody else who has, here's how it works. Let's say I'm a musician and I create apps. Somebody hires me, right? App company hires me, the musician, to make music for their app. And I use a bunch of loops. I use this drum loop and this bass loop, and I use all these loops, and I give it to them. And somebody else uses those loops, and that song ends up being protected. It ends up on an album or ends up through another service that ends up in the content ID system inside of YouTube. So then you make your video, you use the app music, but that's already been hit with content ID from another music source. And now they are going to claim your music because it's similar, because they use the same bass line or the same drum loop or that sort of thing. So what I recommend is this. First of all, go watch the video. And then I link out to an additional video there in the pinned comment where I talk about music resources. You can use Music Audio Library. You can use Epidemic Sound. You can use MusicBed. You can use Licked. There's lots of places you can get music. But you have to be really careful where you're getting music these days, because the apps are burning people, not on purpose, but it is something that's happening. Stanley Orchard, how you doing, sir? Hope you're doing well. Next question is Armand Plays YT. I want to know what's wrong with my channel. I'm not really growing anymore, and I'm just gonna pull you up here, and you're not growing anymore, and you are a gaming channel, and I have to look because I got to see you're not growing anymore. You're all over the place, man. So focus is the word that I've got for you. You're not growing because you're not focusing on the right things. So learn how to make great titles. You need to go study, go follow Brian G. Johnson, learn all about how to craft a title, learn how to make better thumbnails. That's why you're not growing. Wow, did you guys hear that? That was noisy. Hold on. Was that gunfire? Hey, was that gunfire? Yeah. Wow. I don't know if you guys heard that or not, but yeah, that, yikes. Mexico, well, what are you gonna do? All right, next question. Wow, that was kind of loud. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. Next question comes from Diamond Painting with Stacy. I do all my videos at a desk, and I want to do the angle where it's pointing down at the desk instead of the side view. What would you recommend to do this? Okay, so you're talking about you do videos on a desk on your phone, but you want to angle where it's pointing down. Or do you mean that you want to take your phone and have it pointing down so you can film to do like a overhead camera shot? One way you can do that is get a mic arm that connects to a desk, and you can get the attachment to hold it up here at the top. Or you can just make something out of PVC piping. It might cost you $5 to build something to connect your phone to. So either one of those work. I see a lot of people getting the inexpensive, I think they're like $15 or something, the no-name mic swivel mic arm. It's made to hold a microphone, but they put a phone head on it and it just holds their phone. I hope that's what you were asking. Jump over here to the chat for just a second. Yes, mic arm with an attachment. Yes. Jason says we didn't hear the gun. Yeah, I don't know what those were. It sounded like it was either fireworks or guns and where I'm at, it could be either. Oh, we have a channel member.
Welcome to the Niminati.
Insane McLean, welcome to the Niminati. Keep an eye on my community feed. That's where I mention members only live streams. Also, if you head over to the community feed and scroll around, you're going to see a link to a members only Facebook group. I'm checking in there every day. I'm answering questions. We're sharing stuff in there. So make sure you become a part of that. You do have to apply. But when the stream's over, any channel members that come in during the stream, I'll head over there as soon as this is over and I'll approve everybody at that time. Lightning God says, what mic do you use? This is a Shure SM58. This is the standard microphone that almost every singer uses on stage. These things are built incredibly tough. And what I've done is I've put one foam windscreen on top and a filter on the front to help stop some of the harshness of like the P sounds, the p sounds that will shoot air on the microphone and make it really harsh. So this is like a $90 or $95 microphone, but you can make these sound really good with a little bit of EQ, a little compression, a little noise gate, make it sound really good. Next question, TDMJT. Hey, D, I've been using all the tips you have recommended and I've seen small growth. So thank you for that. Hey, you're welcome. I'm glad they're working. But the problem is lately I'm losing my excitement when it comes to going to edit and uploading. I've been wanting to change, but I don't know when it could be the right time or how to do so. I'm gonna look at your channel real quick, man. If you're losing excitement to upload and edit, then what I would do is, like I mentioned earlier, step back and just rethink it. Step back and think, is this what I want to be doing on YouTube? Because you're just getting started. Like you've only been going for, I take that back. You've been going for a year, but you've been going hard. It looks for maybe 3 months or something like that. You could be getting burned out because you're not seeing the numbers that you're expecting. And this is something that a lot of YouTubers do, where people, you connect those numbers to your success, right? And if you don't get the numbers, like I make a video, I put all this work into my videos and then I upload them and nobody watches them, or I get 20 views or 30 views. And you start thinking, why am I even making this video? Does that sound familiar to anybody? Does that sound familiar? If you make videos and you put it up and not enough people watch and you're just like, why am I even doing this? If you feel like that sometimes, type in yes into the chat right now. Type in yes. Because I would bet that this happens to a lot of people. Celine Bull says, I just sent you a message on Instagram. I'm probably not going to see it on Instagram. Just as a heads up, Instagram is the worst place to try to contact me. I probably have at least 500 DMs there that I have not read. So if you have a question, and I'll just tell you right now, no, I'm not going to look at your channel. No, I'm not going to get on the phone with you. I'm not going to hop on a Zoom call with you. No, you're not going to pick my brain. None of that stuff. If you have a question about your channel, there's a form down there. It's first come, first serve. Get down there before I close the form. Ask your question down there. Yeah, I get that a lot, and one of the reasons I stopped, it's weird. So my DMs and Shelly probably knows exactly what I'm talking about. And Justin Brown probably knows exactly what I'm talking about, where your DMs turn into, can you review my channel? Or can you look at my channel and tell me everything that I'm doing wrong, right? Or, hey, can you hop on a Skype call with me for 20 minutes? I want to pick your brain. Now, if you've done this in the past, not to me, but to somebody else or whatever, just pause for a second before you ask those sorts of questions, because you're asking a lot of somebody. You're asking for their time, right? Like we only have 24 hours in a day, unless you're Justin Brown. He's got 27. Yeah, and Doug's probably getting this too. Doug's starting to get, yeah, Doug, you're going to get a lot of that too with the type of content that you're making. We only have a certain amount of hours per day. And what you're asking is, hey, stop what you're doing. And I want personalized one-on-one advice. And I mean, no offense, but that's not what we do. This is why we make videos. We make videos to help you. We do live streams to answer your questions, right? That's why we do this. If you contact somebody and you're like, hey, I want to hop on a Zoom call for 20 minutes, you're paying for it. Like that's going to cost you, right? Because now you're asking for one-on-one consultation. And that's because that's something completely different. Look at my channel and tell me everything that I'm doing wrong. Now you want a full channel review. Like that's going to cost money. And then people get upset, when we don't do it. So you have to understand all of these, the videos that we make, it's for you and your channel. Go watch those videos, go to Google, figure it out. And your channel's not special. Your channel's not different. So if I make a video showing you how to make a thumbnail for a cooking channel, the exact same principles apply if you're a gaming channel. The exact same principles apply if you're an automotive channel, right? Only thing that changes is the imagery, right? If I show you how to edit a video, if I'm giving YouTube tips or best practices for YouTube, it applies to every single channel. I don't care what type of content that you make. So, and we're just getting way off focus here, but like that's why I don't answer a lot of DMs anymore, because the majority of my DMs are that. So it is what it is. Enjoy the thumbs down on the stream now. But you gotta, it's nothing personal, man. I've got 24 hours, just like you've got 24 hours. I've got a life. I've got stuff to do. I'm under contract with companies to get stuff done. I can't, if I did a 20-minute pick your brain call with every DM who asked that, I literally would not get anything done ever. DMs, that's right. Now, on the other hand, if you want to DM Justin Brown, you can do that. You can do that. Thank you, Justin. So I'm not using any beard oil yet. I don't have a comb yet. I haven't gone, it's just growing. That's it. So thank you, Justin. DMs, I love that. I'm going to see if Instagram will actually change the name of that for my channel. They won't. Spoiler alert. Okay, yeah, so back to TDMJT. Look, man, take a step back and think about why you're on YouTube. And if you're just chasing the numbers, hey, man, I'm making the videos. Nobody's watching. It's crushing my soul. Reframe your thinking. Think about why you're there in the first place and just have fun. Right? So many gamers are getting caught up because you're a gaming channel. I'm going to talk to you guys for a second. So many gamers are getting caught up. Nothing's working. My channel's not growing. Then just have fun. Then just go have fun. You're in a very competitive niche. And I say this every single live stream. If you're a gamer, here's how you succeed. One, you need to be incredibly good, like competitive level good, or you need to be very entertaining or charismatic or inspirational, or you need to teach people how to play the game, or you need to bring something new and unique to the table that people are interested in and it gets them excited, and you have to give it time. You have to give it time. So whatever those things that you choose, you have to give it time. It's going to take a while. So if you're not doing those things and all you're doing is just like, watch me play the game. Watch me play the game. I don't understand why I'm not growing. It's because millions of people are saying, watch me play the game, and you're not bringing anything new to the table. So that's why you're not growing as a gaming channel. You got to bring something new to the table. Could be your personality. Could be your just amazing gamer. But you got to level up as a gamer. And if you can't do that, then just have fun until you can. Reaper777 asks the next question. On Facebook, you suggested to change to the heavy metal chef. So I put it to a 2-day vote, almost 100 views, but the Reaper777 is winning. Okay, but I do like heavy metal chef. I use your tool to check ownership. It's open. Not sure what to do. I like both, but they don't fit in the title space. Okay. In terms of a brand, we could even do this here just for fun, and don't let this make a decision. Okay. Jason says you're a night owl like me. Yes, I'm a night owl. So I'm going to put in 2 names into the chat right now. One of them, first of all, he's a chef, but I'm guessing he's in like heavy metal. So the name is like the Reaper777, the heavy metal chef. So I'm going to type these in. Or which one of those 2 do you think is a better, more brandable, more memorable name? Do you think the Reaper777 is more brandable, more memorable, or the heavy metal chef? Which one of those sounds more memorable to you? I'm curious. I think I'm a big fan of the heavy metal chef because the Reaper777, that sounds metal, right? That sounds very Dio-ish, right? But the heavy metal chef, dude, that is like, okay, the Reaper 777, that sounds cool. The heavy metal chef, that's another level cool, right? That's branding, that's marketing, that's merch. That's your own metal theme song. That's your own backdrop that's heavy metal. That's your own editing style. That's your own way of presenting, right? Like that, you could run so wild with the heavy metal chef. So wild with the heavy metal chef. And that's so memorable, so marketable. Like, man, that just has a win all over it. There's so many things you could do with that. Reaper 777, the heavy metal chef, you could absolutely do that. But the heavy metal chef, I'm going to remember that. I won't remember Reaper 777. I promise you that. A week from now, unless I see your name, if somebody says, who was that heavy metal chef? I'm going to say it was, well, I don't remember, but it was the heavy metal chef. So that's that, you know, just think. Celine Bowie, listen, man, if you got a question, go down and ask it in the forum. I haven't closed. I'm going to answer every question in that forum until it closes. So I'm going to close it in a couple minutes. So head down there and ask the question. So just, you know, think about it's part of your slogan, right? But that part of your slogan versus something that's super marketable, dude, the heavy metal chef, like that sounds like it should be on Netflix, or that sounds like something that should be on a Discovery Channel, right? Like heavy metal chef. My God, there's so much you could do with that. Like emojis, you've got your own emojis. You've got like heavy metal, the branding. Like here's what I would do. If this were my channel and I haven't watched your videos yet, have not watched your videos yet, we can do that. You know, link out to one of your videos on the Facebook page and say, hey, D, you told me to link out to one of my videos. I would have my own music. I would get with a graphic designer. I would save up if you don't have the budget to do it and work with a great designer. I would get your marketing on point. I would get my editing on point. I would get my audio on point, my lighting on point, make sure that your background is on point, just where people saw it and they're just like, the heavy metal chef, that's the raddest thing I've ever seen. Like that's what you're going for. Heavy metal chef, that's the raddest, most metal thing I've ever seen. Like that's right. Now it is a slogan and it works, but it's not, that's just my opinion. Do with that as you will. But I would just completely run wild with that. It's awesome. If I change it, it will affect my subscribers. I don't think so. I don't think so. If I changed my name right now from D Nimmin to Mobile Creatives, do you think anyone's going to unsubscribe? Do you think anyone's going to not watch my videos because I changed my name? No, absolutely not. Sweeney Dunstan says, I have not watched The Heavy Metal Chef either, but I can tell you now, if I saw him pop up in my search, I would definitely check that out. Yeah, Cardinal Student says, you might get more, and that's the truth. That is the truth. I might get more. I put a link in Facebook 4 minutes with a new art piece. Shout it out to you. Okay, thanks, man. Make sure you put that in the mobile creators one, my memberships, our membership. If you put it in Nick's, Nick will probably, one of the mods might delete it. Make sure you put it in ours. But anyway, look, this is just my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. Ultimately, it's your channel. You do with it whatever you want. It's your vision. You know where you want it to go. You know what's best for your channel. I'm just saying, and you saw people in here too. If I saw that and I had that name, holy cow, man, you could build so much around that brand. Instead of it being a slogan, it could be just an epic marketing name to the top. Rock and roll, man, heavy metal. All right. And by the way, don't make any rush decisions on this. Let's talk it through. Talk it through. But if it is your slogan, I'm going to talk a little bit more. If this is your slogan, at the very least, I would go right now and I would start, prepping for that, to make that change. All right. Next question. The Heavy Metal Chef. Yeah, that's pretty rad, man. Upenvlog. First, I want to thank you because VN app you suggested. Okay, great. I'm really finding it easy to edit videos. My question, where can I find trending topics or ideas? Okay, so you can go to YouTube and they have a trending tab or a popular tab. You can check that out. You can also use things like Google Trends to add certain types of keywords and can see how they compete against one another. Next question. Hoon asks this question: how do I record myself singing on a green screen? You didn't, so you have a gaming console. So I don't know if you have a phone or if you have a computer, but obviously you're going to need something green behind you. You can purchase an inexpensive green screen, or you can get a green blanket hanging up behind you. The trick to a good green screen is to make sure that you are well lit and you are well evenly lit. And then once you do that, you find software or you find an app that allows, that has chroma key feature or green key feature. Kinemaster has that. Power Director has it. You can live stream with StreamYard. They have it as well. So check it out that way. But the key to great chroma key, great green screen is even lighting. Good even lighting. Yandar Sanchez asks the next question. In your opinion, is TUBEBUDDY worth it for a channel under 1,000 subscribers? I'm trying to make successful content in 2020. Okay, I would say this. If you have access to a computer, then the paid version of TUBEBUDDY is absolutely worth it. If you only have your phone and the app is the only version that you can get access to, it's not bad, but I would tell you to wait. I know some updates are coming on that. They're working on that, so I would wait for the updates. But if you have access to a computer, I would say absolutely not only get it, but learn how to use it. This is key. A lot of people have this idea that, oh, I'm going to put in TUBEBUDDY, or I'm going to install vidIQ or Morning Fame or any of these growth type apps, and the views are just going to, the views are going to roll in, $100 bills, y'all, right? Like you're at the club, the money just, like, you get that idea with views. That's not how it works, right? How all of these things work, specifically TUBEBUDDY, because this is, the question was about TUBEBUDDY. By the way, that is a TUBEBUDDY awesome little logo that I'm going to tickle. TUBEBUDDY likes it when I tickle the tip right there. I almost feel like I got to just... It just got weird, didn't it? So what TUBEBUDDY does is they find opportunities for you, right? They don't bring views. They find opportunities. So you use TUBEBUDDY, you type in keyword phrases, you look at the keywords, and they tell you, based on the data that they pull from your channel, if they think you can rank for particular keyword phrases or not. It's still up to you, though, to make a great thumbnail. It's still up to you to make a great video. So they can say 100% down the board, you could definitely rank and do really well for this video, but you could screw it up with a terrible thumbnail, or you could screw it up by having a bad video. So they find opportunities for you, but you still have to follow up on your end with a great thumbnail and a great video. They don't just bring views, right? And a lot of people have that mixed up. They're just getting started and they're like, why, I installed TUBEBUDDY and I'm not getting views. I don't understand. This doesn't work. That's not how it works. They find opportunities for you to rank, but it's still up to you to make a banger thumbnail and a banger video. Is it worth it for under 1,000 subscribers? If you have a computer, I think it is. I would definitely get it. I would spend the money and learn how to use it. They've got tons of videos on the TUBEBUDDY channel showing you how to use TUBEBUDDY. It's so important you learn how to use it. If you don't learn how to use it, then you're not going to get the most benefit out of it. Next question from Hype OMG. Please tell me a game for Core 5 and 4 gig of RAMs. Can you help me? I don't know, man. I'm not a gamer. I can't tell you what computer games can play with those specs. No idea. Colecraft asks the next question. Oh, by the way, for the gamer who's asking about specs, I just missed you too early. I apologize for that. Go subscribe to a YouTube channel called Live Streaming Pros. They live stream every single day. David is the guy you want to ask about computer specs. The guy's the closest thing to a wizard that we're going to get. Next question, Colecraft. I didn't post for around 2 months because of technical reasons. Do you think this hurt my channel? I didn't post for 2.5 months, and I just uploaded a video last week, and it's doing well. So I think, here's what I would do. I would look at your data. I would go into YouTube Studio. The Unfathomable of Spirituality. Nice to see you in here. I haven't seen you in a while. For those of you who are channel members, later, Kevin, those of you who are channel members and you're on Facebook, head over to the community feed. I've got a link linking out to the private Facebook group for channel members. We're still missing a whole bunch of people that haven't come over yet. What I would do, I just got notified of your stream, D. YouTube is on the ball. Thank you, YouTube. There you go. What I would do is I would look, go into YouTube Studio, look at the videos that are performing within the past 90 days. Look at the videos that are performing within like the past month and say, okay, which types of videos are still getting views? Which ones are my top performers within these areas? And then make more videos like that, because that's what's happening on your channel right now, right? If you make more of what's happening on your channel right now, then when you come back in, technically speaking, if you create the right topic, the right thumbnail, you should come back in swinging. Jim's life vlog, watching you from the Philippines. I haven't been to the Philippines in quite some time. I'm looking forward to all of this being over. I want to get back to the Philippines. Beautiful country. Next question. J Diamond TV. Do you have to sign with a YouTube company when you start making money on YouTube? Okay. The way YouTube works, it's called the YouTube Partner Program. And you have to get 4,000 watch time hours and 1,000 subscribers before you can apply, which is free to apply, to their partner program. After when you apply, they review your channel and they look at things like copyright strikes and have they had any community guideline strikes with your channel? Are you posting original content, right? And if they approve you, then you are going to have some way to get paid. If you're in the US, they can pay you with a check. If you are outside of the US, they're going to have to pay you with a wire transfer. So you're going to need a bank account for that. It doesn't cost money. You don't have to do anything, but they do have to approve you into the partner program. Next question, Mr. Karma. How to grow a gaming channel while playing a less popular game. So the same things that I mentioned earlier about being a gamer, you need to be either a great competitive level gamer, you need to be very charismatic, entertaining, or inspirational, or teach people how to play the game, or bring something new to the table, and you also have to give it time. The fact that it's a less popular game, I think, gives you an edge because there's not so much competition. So those things that I just mentioned, do one or more of those things and go all in on those things, right? You got to learn how to do those things. So if you're not a great gamer, if you're not great at entertaining and that sort of thing, then teach people how to play the game. Even if the fact that it's a less popular game, it gives you an edge. There are tons of people out there wanting to learn how to play this game, or they're interested in this game. So there's probably already a huge community of people who are interested in the same game. Voyager's Revenge. Sounds like a pirate name. One last question, D. So I'm focused on gaming. I'm amazed at how many gamers come in here. Gamers, if you're a gamer, type in yes. Or type in gamer, whatever. Yes. Type in gamer. Type in yes, whatever you want to do. Curious how many gamers. More gamers are coming in here. I love it. That's pretty cool. I dig it. Kinda. Yes. Represent. Tell me what games. Type in like yes or type in gamer and then type in the game that you play. Maybe you guys can, if you guys are into the same games, maybe you guys can hook up and, you know what they need? They need a, I guess they kind of have that with Collab Space, right? There's an app, Collab Space, for people to do collaborations, but they need to do it like Tinder style. Maybe it is Tinder style, but it needs to be like a swipe type thing. Like, you want to collab with this person and it has all their data and the type of content they make. Swipe left, swipe right. That's probably how Collab Space works. I don't know. I haven't opened it in a while. All right. Focus on gaming content, but my channel's name has always seemed a little unorthodox, I guess. Do you suggest that I consider changing the name sometime, something that's better to fit my content genre, or do you think it's working well so far? Hydrate, people. I personally love the mystery behind it, and I enjoy answering questions during polls regarding the channel's name. Voyager's Revenge. It sounds like a pirate name to me, and I don't know what type of content that you're making. I'm going to just quickly look over here. Cinematic gaming. Okay, yeah, I think that works. Here's the thing about names. I mean, we've talked about names twice now in the stream. Like the heavy metal chef, like that's just so amazing. But at the end of the day, a name is what you make it, as long as it's memorable. right? Like if, your name is memorable. Where'd you go? Voyager's Revenge. Like that's easy. I probably won't remember that because I'm not a gamer. I don't know. Maybe it's very pirate sounding, but it's people can remember that. It's not some weird name like Voyager's Revenge 487Z, and like you change the zero or you change all your O's to zero or something. Like it's easy, so I can tell people your name. It's easy to market your name. So yeah, I mean, I would roll with it. If you want to change it, you can change it, but I think it's fine. Next question. Poison Gaming YT16. The gamers are out. How do I gain more views and subscribers? I already mentioned that about how to be a gaming channel. I mentioned it twice. 30-day reviews. Says, what do you want to know about? What do you want to know about a beard or facial hair care? Also, how you doing? Like actually doing? Man, you know what? I'm just letting this thing grow. I've been told I need to get beard oil and I need a comb, but I haven't really been out to look for that sort of thing. You know, we're inside most of the time, so I'm just letting this grow. I don't even know if I'm going to keep it. I'll probably shave it eventually. I just kind of like a coronavirus beard type thing. Other than that, man, I'm doing great. As good as we can be doing. I do wish that I was back home. You know, I've got a home in Thailand. Things there. I've got a brother there. I wish I was either home in Thailand or I wish that I could be with my family in the U.S. One or the other. But other than that, I'm doing great. I've got 2 pairs of underwear, 2 pairs of underwear, 1 pair of pants, 1 pair of shorts, 2 pairs of socks, and I think 4 t-shirts with me. Doing great. How about you? Unbrick Me asks the next question. If someone super chats to my live stream, but right after I'm done streaming, I set the live stream to private or I delete it, will I still get the money from the super chat? Great question. Yes. If you unpublish the live stream or you do any of that stuff, you still get any revenue that you earn from super chats during your live stream. So, no shave Vember. The Unfathomable of Spirituality. Where are you now? I'm in Mexico. I've been in Mexico for going on 7 months now. 7 months. Let me jump into the chat here. Let's see. Whoa, looks like somebody's been getting slayed by Doug. Dougie's dropping the hammer. There's a lot of gamers in here today. I love it. I love seeing you guys represent. Rusty Graffiti Reviews asks the next question. I have Graffiti Supplies review channel. Very cool. So for obvious reasons, I cannot show my face. I'm more focused on viewers than money, seeing how I'm already broke. My question is, can I make it on YouTube without ever showing my face? Absolutely, you can. Let me hydrate. You do not have to show your face to succeed on YouTube. It helps when you show your face in terms of building a community and people getting to know you as a creator. However, here's something that I would do. I'm just going to throw this out here, and you might already be doing this. And I'm going to just look at your channel really quick because you might already be doing it, and I don't want to waste your time telling you to do the same thing you're already doing. I'm just going to quickly go through your okay, you're just getting started. So here's what I would do. If you're a graffiti artist and you're selling supplies and that sort of thing, I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that you are active. You're actively doing graffiti somewhere. If you are, I would consider maybe getting a chest-strapped GoPro or a chest-strapped helmet type thing. You could even get a strap and put your phone on it and do kind of like POV type graffiti. You could even do that for your supplies. You're talking about the supplies. You're experimenting with the supplies. You could do it POV. So you could even do it from your viewpoint, from your head, right? You could strap your phone up here or a GoPro. So as you're talking about these things, people can see it as they would actually see it, right? While they're using the cans and so on and so forth. So maybe I would think go at it POV. You need to do something unique. You need to do something that's got a little bit, it's doing something a little bit different, doing something unusual. If you're just doing something really boring, people may or may not catch on, but try to think of look, you're into graffiti. You're obviously creative. Think of a creative way that you can present what it is that you're doing. And you can absolutely succeed on YouTube. Hey, Titastic, without showing your face. It's just going to be a little bit more difficult to get people to know you as the creator unless you're doing, you can even do live streams. And that's one of the cool things they're doing on StreamYard now. They just started doing this like a day or two ago. Collad poops video. Somebody hide him from my channel forever. You know, I'm going to do that myself. You are hid from the channel. Poop video. Gone forever. Until the end of time, you're never coming back here. And banned. What was I just going to say? See, he made me lose my train of thought. We're talking about graffiti. I don't know, man. I lost it. I had it, but I lost it. Awesome, better things that helps. Okay, yeah, okay. So StreamYard. StreamYard just added a new feature. So if you do live streams, they have a new feature now where it will just show like an icon, and it's got like this vocal, audio meter thing going around. So you don't even have to show your face during a live stream. So you can still hang out with your community. They can still hear you, but you don't actually have to show your face. So there's that. There's ways to do it. Oh, and there they come again. And man, what in the... You guys, man. Behave, man. Behave. Hey, Sammy, how you doing? Just come in and something happened. Sammy, man, I caught your live stream at the end of it, the replay. I just want to say your set looks great. The colors behind you and that new SM57, is that what it is? It sounds great, man. Yeah, here's the funny thing about YouTube, and this is why people fail. I just have to put this out here. So the person who just keeps coming back, right, pasting the same thing, like this is why you're failing. This is why you can't grow a channel. This is why you suck at everything you do, because you're wasting your time doing stupid shit like this, right? You're creating fake accounts on YouTube so you can troll and so you can spam and what the hell are you doing with your life, man? This is time you're never going to get back. You're wasting time on the dumbest shit possible. It's just so stupid. So stupid. This is why you're not going to, you got to change your ways, man. Account after account after account doing dumb shit. I can tell, like, I'm not gonna get into it. You've taken way too much of my attention already. No time for losers. Lightning God asks the next question. I don't have a room, so I use a green screen and turn it black for a background. Any thoughts? I think it's great. As I mentioned before, the trick to green screen is just make sure you are well lit. Make sure you're evenly lit. So it is a good looking green screen. There's nothing worse than a bad looking green screen. So if you don't have the lights, if it doesn't look really good yet, invest. It don't have to be expensive lights. It can be workshop lights that you get, the can lights that you clip on, that sort of thing. You can diffuse them with parchment paper, baking paper, or white t-shirts or something like that, or you can bounce the light off of something. Just make sure that you're evenly lit and get a good looking green screen. As long as you're well lit, you're good to go. Kids with no discipline. Yeah, man. It's just a waste of time. It's just a stupid waste of time. Next question. TDMJT asks the next question again. So I have a couple of videos that I did about a year ago. I was wondering if I should remake those videos with the new editing skills that I have. I've been thinking about doing this for a while. Okay. Anybody who's thinking about remaking older videos, I'm just thinking about it. Should I do it? Should I remake those videos? Make the videos. Just do it. Make the videos. It doesn't matter. Like you've improved as a creator. You have new editing skills. You can make better thumbnails. If you communicate on camera, you're better at communicating now. Remake the videos if you want to make the videos. Don't worry about it. Just make the videos and keep moving forward. If they hit, they hit. If they don't hit, that's fine. Then focus on the next video. If you're ever in question and you're thinking about how you, should I, right? Like, should I? I've been thinking about, just do it. Just do it. Just make the video. If it doesn't work, just make another video. Don't get caught up in your head thinking about, should I do this? Should I just make this applies to anyone who's always on the fence about, should I do this? Should I not? Yes. The answer is always yes. Just do it. Do it. Do it. Coalcraft coming back in. I didn't post for around 2 months. Do you think it'll hurt my channel? I think I already answered that one. If it wasn't you, it was somebody else. No, I think it'll be fine. Raptor Dotex asks the next question. Firstly, I want to frank you. Getting tired, people. Firstly, I want to thank you for all of your guidance. What is your advice for someone who's been burned out from content creation to come back and not fall into the same rabbit hole? Step 1 is hydrate. Step 2, have good music. Okay, now seriously, besides hydration, if you're afraid of falling down the same rabbit hole and getting burned out, then you need to figure out why you're on YouTube in the first place, right? Why are you on YouTube? Who are you making videos for? Why are you doing this? Are you sure you're making the right type of content? Are you sure YouTube is the right platform for you? How do you know you're not a great podcaster? How do you know that TikTok is not going to be your spot, right? Like, I would think long and hard about what burned you out in the first place. It's a good chance you got burned out because you're chasing the numbers and people aren't responding the way you want them to respond, right? That's painful. Look, I've been there. You upload a video, you put all this work into it, you spend hours editing your video, you put it up and just people don't respond to it and it sucks. And when that happens a lot and you're not building channel momentum, it's easy to think, why am I even doing this? And then you get burned out. Excuse me. I would say if you know why you're on YouTube, and it shouldn't be to chase numbers, right? If you're going on YouTube, it's just like, I just want views. I want to be like a huge YouTuber. You're going to burn out because you don't have a focus. You don't have a place that you're going. Being a big YouTuber is not a destination, right? You have to know why you're on YouTube. Why are you uploading the videos in the first place? What made you want to start uploading those videos and choose the content that you made? You got to be self-aware of all of that stuff. Ask yourself the hard questions, and don't chase the numbers. If you are a gaming channel, just have fun, man. Have fun playing the game while at the same time learning how to become a better editor, learning how to become a better live streamer, learning how to make better thumbnails, learning how to choose the better topics. Have fun, right? Because if you're getting caught up in the numbers, you are going to burn out because you're not going to succeed because you're basing your success on those numbers. So have fun. You'll get there or you won't, but you have to start by having fun. Narfield always comes in with good questions. I want to get better at editing. I'm in more than 2 years in, and I'm starting to feel stagnant in my production value. Any recommendations? Yes, man. I'm glad you asked this question. So, did I get a super chat? Hold on. I think I got a super chat. Thanks for these late night Sunday streams. Thank you, Gulf Coast Granny.
Super chat.
Thank you, Gulf Coast Granny, for the super chat. I appreciate it. I love these late night Sunday streams. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. The question is recommendations for editing. Yes. Follow your favorite YouTubers that are not doing the type of content that you're in, right? Like whatever channels that you're into, pay attention to their editing. Watch the pacing. Look at the angles. Look at how they cut stuff, right? Watch your favorite TV shows or your favorite Netflix shows or your favorite HBO or your favorite Hulu shows. Pay attention to how they edit. Look at the pacing. Look at the pacings of commercials. Go over to TikTok. You want to see some amazing editors? Go look at the transition kids over on TikTok, the people who are taking their heads off and spinning them around. And holy crap, there's amazing editors over on TikTok. So it's just the thing, you're caught in a bubble right now and you're not being inspired creatively. It doesn't matter if you don't like people. I don't want TikTok and all. Look, I don't care. Pick another. Go to TikTok, go to Dub Smash, go to Triller, go to Likey. They're all over there, and just go there and search for transitions, and then fall down that rabbit hole and look at the stuff people are doing with transition videos. Right? Watch your favorite shows. Pay attention to editing, and then you'll eventually, through watching others and through trial and error and through experimenting, you'll eventually kind of come up with your own style. And when you get burned out again, go find some new inspiration. Right? That's part of the process. You'll learn a little bit, you get burned out, you feel stagnant, and then you have to get some inspiration. Then you bring in some more skills and you learn some new things, and then you try some more things and you become a little bit of a better editor. And that's kind of how you become a better editor, right? You study, you experiment, and you keep going. But yeah, study people who are doing really well at editing. When you watch a video and you go, wow, that was a great edit. Like, study those people. Study everything about those things. Let's see. Oh, look at that.
Welcome to the Niminati.
Gulf Coast Granny, thank you so much for joining the Niminati and the members group. If you go over to my community feed on my channel, right, you've got like videos and community feed. You've got all these things. I think it's just called community. Tap on that. You're going to see a bunch of posts. I post links there for members only. It's links to past members' live streams, but you're going to find a link to a members only Facebook group. So go make sure to keep an eye on that. And we will have a members only live stream very soon. Very, very, very soon. Thank you. Oopsie, hold on here. Unfathomable Spirituality. Will you look at my latest video one of these days? I'm curious what you okay, so make sure you join the Facebook group as well. That's where I'm doing that. So I'm looking at members' videos, either in the Facebook group for members only or during members only live streams. So go over there and say, hey, D, you told me to post this for your feedback. Go over there, post that video, and let me know that I told you to post that. And yeah, I'll check it out over there. Next question, Rack Ardunio. I have 599 subs, but 29 watch hours. What? How am I doing? And my channel is not growing for 14 days. So please suggest me and check out my channel and spot out the bad things that I do. I do electronics. So you got 599 subs, but 29 watch hours. So it sounds, so first thing I got to ask is, are you doing sub for sub? If you are doing sub for sub, then stop doing sub for sub because those are not going to grow your channel. Just keep going. Keep going. I'm just going to quickly pull you up here. I'm not going to pull you up for the world to see, but I'm just going to glance at your channel here. Control server. So you've been going for 2 months. So give it time. Like look, the electronics niche, man, that's tough. That's really tough. So keep going. It's going to take a while, and you're going to have to keep experimenting. You're going to have to focus on things that are working and do less of things that are not working. Just keep going. 2 months. That's not enough time to go, put 100 videos up, put 150 videos up, and then come back and say, what am I doing wrong? You've got a lot of content to make, and you'll figure it out along the way as you make it. So that's my tip to you, is give this time. Too many people get started on YouTube and they want the stuff to happen now. They don't want to wait for it. I've been doing this for 2 months. I want to grow, or 3 months. Give it time. This takes time. Next question. You asked that question, spot the fails on my channel. My fail is that you're just not giving enough time yet. That's all. Keep going. Zain Sa asks the next question. What do you think about unlisting live streams and posting shorter clips of Q&A to other channels, or do you have to unlist it if you want to post clips? You test it out and see if it works for you. If I wanted to take this live stream when I'm finished and then chop it up and then post the best parts that are topic based, Joe Rogan is the best at this, right? If you're not following the Joe Rogan podcast, he's the best. He has a topic and then he has the guests. So if you're doing the live stream, break it into clips that are topic based and then title it in a way that's relevant to that topic so people can actually find it. I think if you can grow it, I think it's fine. I think the right clips channel can do really well. Again, it comes down to thumbnails. It comes down to getting the right topics and that sort of thing. Let me see over here. Okay, so I just closed the form, and this is a funny thing. So the person that was in the chat talking about, oh, I'm contacting you here, I'm going to answer, and you're getting upset. They didn't even go down to the form to ask a question. How funny is that? Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I closed the form. We're going to do a rapid fire Q&A right now. So if you have a question, first come, first serve in the chat, type in question, all capitals, and then answer or ask your question. I'm going to do a rapid fire right here. 30 reviews. Yeah, it's called laziness. That's why they're not getting there. So you got to type in question first. I'm only looking for, so it's got to look like this. Question, blah, 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 blah. Like that. That's what I'm looking for, minus the blah, 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 blah. And if anybody knows how to pronounce that, that sounds like an Icelandic city. Okay, there it goes. The Narrator says, question, PC editing or mobile editors? Life is easier if you have a PC. Like you've got a lot of access to a lot of things on a PC. However, it's great being a mobile creator. Even if you have a PC, learn how to do the stuff on your phone as well, because there's, like what if you're waiting for the bus, or you're sitting in the back of an Uber, or you got time to kill, waiting to do something, you can grab your phone and you can be productive. So if you can get a computer too. But let's just say both. They're both tools, right? So let's do both. Next question. Make sure I got, and I'm actually going to pull these up on the screen here. So give me 1 second. Let me do this. Let me go here. Let me go back up. Hold on here. So I just answered that one. Okay, here we go. Question: have you tried StreamYard's new voice narrator voice feature yet? No, I just found out about it today during their live stream. I have not used it yet. I'm looking forward to using it. Question: what would you recommend I do for better quality videos at night using mobile phones? Lighting. Look, if you're going to use a mobile phone at night, actually, I need to clarify. Are you trying to shoot like nighttime stuff, or are you trying to light yourself up? So my answer to that is completely different. If you're doing talking head type stuff like this, you need light. The sensor in your phone is tiny, and it needs light. If you're trying to get night shots and that sort of thing, you actually, in either case, get an app like the Moment Pro Camera or get Filmic Pro and learn how to use those apps, because you can really dial in the image to reduce the grain in lower light footage. But if you're putting anything on cam like this, it needs light. It needs a lot of light. Question: I use Streamlabs to live stream on my phone. My audio is glitching in my live stream. I have bad internet, 2.1 megabits down, and woof, that's tough. Okay, you're asking for a miracle. You have 0.30 megabit upload. For everyone who has problems live streaming, hey, it's glitchy. My stream stutters. You need to pay attention to your upload speed. Go to speedtest.net. There's a lot of different places to test your speed. They've also got apps for this. You want a fast upload speed. You barely have enough upload speed to do anything. I'm surprised you can stream at all. So if that's all the upload speed you can get, and if you've reached out to your provider and they can't increase your upload speed, forget download. It's upload that you want. Your only choice, man, you're going to struggle. Your audio is glitching because your upload speed. It's not the app. It's your upload speed. The best thing you can do is lower your quality as much as possible. Go into your settings, stream out the lowest resolution as possible, the lowest quality audio. Don't even think about streaming up to 1080 because it's not going to happen. So lower the quality, lower the bit rate, lower everything, because the upload speed that you have is it's unworkable. Normally, I would tell you don't even try, but considering that you have been able to go live, you've got to lower your quality if you want to stream, because you've got it very, very unusable upload speed. Question. Yes, thank you. All right, answered that one. Question, okay, answered that one. PC or editing, okay, answered that one. Question, can you StreamYard on mobile without 1K subs? Yes, you can. Okay, so for everyone under 1,000 subscribers who want to go live on their phone, you can do that. You just have to verify your channel first. Okay, go to youtube.com/verify. It's going to tell you if your channel is verified or not. If not, you basically just have to give them a phone number. They're going to send you a text, or they're going to call you. It's an automated call. Like Joe isn't going to call you from YouTube. Hey, what's up? Stop freaks. This is Joe from YouTube. What's up? Nothing like that. It's all automated. They're going to give you a code, and you just drop the code in there to confirm that you're a human. And then you have to wait like 24 hours or something like that. Then they're going to activate your channel. Now, if you have a history of copyright claims or a history of community guidelines violations, you might not get activated for this. But first, you have to verify your channel. And when you do that, you can live stream, not using the YouTube app, but using third-party apps like StreamYard. And you can upload custom thumbnails. You can dispute copyright claims, copyright strikes, that sort of thing. Okay, answered that one. Question, what do you use to shave your head? I haven't shaved it to the skin in quite some time. I'm overdue for that. I've just got like a little electronic razor, a little no-name, I don't know what razor it is, and I just shave it down once a week or so. Question, what do you recommend I do for better quality? Okay, answered that one. Okay, got that one. Am I getting doubles in here? Hold on here. Am I getting doubles? Question, how long did it take you to grow your channel? Well, August of this year was 2 years. So August, September, October. So a year, just over 2 years, I've grown my channel. The trick to growing, the true trick to growing is know who your audience is, know how to communicate with your audience, know what they need, right? You're a creator. Look at it like this. Imagine there's two circles over here. You're a creator and you're interested in all of these hobbies and all these things over here, right? Here's all the stuff that I'm interested in. And then here's an audience, right? Somewhere they're going to overlap. So you're going to take your experience, your hobbies, your passions, your knowledge, and find an audience who are also into those things. And you need to learn how to communicate with them. And you're going to think about what do these people need? And then you need to fulfill those needs through videos. Like that's going to be the fastest way to grow. And of course, you also have to learn the skills. You got to learn how to make good thumbnails, man. There's no way around it. Like if you're making janky thumbnails, you're going to struggle. You have to put in the time, and it does take time to learn how to make great thumbnails. You have to learn how to choose the right topics, but that comes with knowing who your audience is and knowing what they need, right? That's so important. And then once you get the topics, once you get the thumbnails together, then it just comes down to presentation, and that comes with practice too. You just have to learn how to present in front of the camera. And luckily, YouTube gives us great tools to tell us when people are into our videos or not into our videos, and that comes in form of an audience retention graph that shows you where people are losing interest. Question, would you rather a Dell XPS 17 to edit 4K or a gaming computer? Funny you should say that. I'm streaming right now on a Dell XPS 15. I have a Dell XPS 15 that I purchased. I purchased in February. Yeah, so I got this at the end of February. Best investment I've bought, or best investment for a long time. XPS 17. And I got the 15 because I travel. I didn't want to get the 17. This thing's a beast. I've got it maxed out. Actually, I'll tell you what I have. I have, and I need to double check because I've been looking at so many computers lately. I have, give me 1 second. I have the i9 9980, 2.4 gigahertz, 32 gigs of RAM. That's what I've got for mine. And it is a beast. I chew through 4K footage. Question, I want to know where you saw my live stream. I was wondering, Facebook. I saw after. So it was the replay. Your Facebook was up. And you were showing the live streaming pros tattoo that you got, or the drawing that you did on your arm, and you were going to put one somewhere else. I don't remember. Yeah, it's on Facebook. Question, what do you advise new content creators do during live streams? That's a great question. What are you comfortable doing? If you don't know what to talk about during a live stream and you're not ready to do training yet, live training, do a members Q&A like I'm doing right now. It doesn't have to be 2 hours long. It doesn't have to be an hour. Go live for 20 minutes. Go live for 30 minutes. Just do a members Q&A. You need to learn how to carry the live stream. You have to learn how to speak and to stop from getting those awkward silences where you don't know what to say. You want to keep things moving, keep things snappy. You want to be able to pay attention to what's happening in the chat, right? And that takes practice. So just do members Q&A. If you don't know what to do a members Q&A, go live for 20 minutes, go live for 30 minutes. If nobody shows up, go live for 10 minutes or 15 minutes. You got to learn how to do this. You got to learn how to deal with the tech stuff when things don't go right, because things will go wrong. So yeah, Q&A is the easiest way to get started. Question, what type of software do you recommend for a live stream? It depends on what you're doing. You can check out StreamYard. I've got a link down to StreamYard if you're doing talking head live streams like this, or you want to bring guests onto your show. StreamYard is amazing for that. Link to them down in the description below. If you're using an app, I would recommend Prism Live Studio. If you're using an iPad, I would recommend Switcher Studio or Cinemaker. If you're a gamer, I would look into Prism Live Studio, Omelet Arcade, or Streamlabs. Question, music downloads don't work from YouTube library to my device. They should. If you go to the YouTube audio library, they should be able to download to your device. You might have to press it and hold it to get some sort of an action, but that stuff should be mobile friendly. So you might just have to kind of push and hold and move it around, but it should work. I've been able to download from there to my Android and my iPhone. If you have an iPhone, it's probably going to download it into your files. So make sure you go to your files folder. Yeah, nighttime videos. Okay, yeah, so if you're nighttime videos where you're trying to film the city, then I would still get something like Moment Pro Camera or Filmic Pro, and really experiment with your ISO and your aperture and stuff like that. Like that's where you're going to really get good city shots is manually dialing that stuff in. If you're trying to just shoot auto, it can look okay. But once you learn how to use those apps and manually control everything, then you're going to reduce a lot of the grain that comes with your picture and get a much sharper image. If I had to choose, there's Moment Pro Camera. There, Filmic Pro. Filmic Pro is probably the best. It's definitely in the top 3 of the best. And Beast Grip just came out with a new, about a couple months ago, they just came out with an app too that's really good. There's some other options as well, but those are probably, in the top 3, in the top 5, that sort of thing, especially Filmic. Question: what software are you using to allow this question to show up on the screen? I'm using StreamYard. I'll link to StreamYard down in the description below. You can put your questions on the screen like this. You can brand things. You can put images on here. You can do so much. You can put your little logos up here in the top corner, like I put here. I can bring on a guest. If I want to bring on a guest, I can have somebody come on. They can show up and we can have a communication, or we can do an interview or something like that. Let me go through here to make sure I didn't miss anybody. When was the last time you broke Dan's nose for opening your package? Oh my goodness, I love it. Let's see. So Badushi, I've answered this question already. Got that one question. My channel was not monetized due to movie use content. Any suggestions? Do I need to delete? Yeah, so if they denied your eligibility for the partner program, they probably told you why. Go delete that stuff. If you want to be monetized by YouTube, go delete that stuff, because they're not going to just magically approve you again. Like if they said this is what's wrong, then you need to delete that stuff. Tips on using my voice. It sounds, Any tips for using my voice? It sounds quick to slow. Tips for using your voice. I'm not 100% sure I understand the question, but if you mean tips to speaking, the best way for voice, first of all, I want to say most people don't like the sound of their own voice. How many people, like if you don't like the sound of your voice, just say yes. Like, I hate the sound of my own voice. That's totally normal, right? Totally normal to not like the sound of your voice. If you want to get clarity in your voice, bring the microphone as close to your mouth as possible. The further away the microphones are, the more room noise it's going to pick up. And you have to learn the difference between different microphones. This particular type of microphone here, this is called a dynamic microphone, and it's made for this exact sort of thing, for coming up close. And it gives you that warm radio sound, or that podcasty type sound. But there's other type of microphones as well, like little shotgun. Do I have any over here? I don't have any right here. Little shotgun microphones. Those are used to go just right off of the screen, so you don't see them. They're just a little distant away, and they'll pick up your voice there. The little clip-on microphones that you put right in your collar. So you need to experiment and figure out what's best for your voice. And just know that most people don't like the sound of their voice. It just comes with the territory. If that's not what you're asking, ask the question over in the Facebook group with more detail, and I'll cover it over there. Question: should I get a Mac or a PC? Should you get a PC? How fast should your internet be to stream good quality? That's a great question. So a lot of resources that I've seen talk about broadcasting up with a minimum of 4 megabits per second. Mbps. 4. Some people do it less than that, but I see a lot of places recommend 4. Here's the thing with that. So if that's on the lower end, and you can get away with that if you stream in a lower resolution. But if you want to stream up at 720, right, or 1080p like I'm doing right now, you're going to need a faster upload speed. So I would say 3 or 4 would probably be the minimum. The faster you can get, the better, because of internet fluctuations, right? So let's say you've got 2, right? Your upload speed is 2. You can get by 720p. It's not great. But what happens, because internet fluctuates, sometimes it gets fast, sometimes it gets slow. So if it slows down and you've only got 2, then it drops down to 1. Then what are you going to do? You're screwed if you're in the middle of a live stream. So if you get a higher number, if you've got, 4, 10, 20, 30, it gives you some wiggle room in case you have fluctuations. How can I stream my phone while playing games? Download Prism Live Studio and look at their screen share feature. That can help you do that. I believe Omelet Arcade can do that too. Question: How do I download green screen videos? I'm not sure what you mean. Do you mean like memes and that sort of thing, like videos that have green screen on them? There's lots of resources that you can do that. There's things on YouTube too. I'm not 100% sure I know what you mean. What do you recommend for a 2.8 upload speed? If you can get an upload speed of 2.8 or kilobit, not megabits, yeah, you're going to have to go for the lowest possible quality in the app for speeds that slow. If it's Mbps, not kbps, but Mbps, that's still pretty low. I would still bring like 1080p is not going to happen. Try to go up at like 720 or less if you can. Bring your resolution down. Look, here's the bottom line is this. You have terrible internet. Your upload speed is terrible. So you're going to have to work with what you've got if you cannot increase that. So just play with the settings and keep bringing the quality down and down and down until it actually works. How can I increase audience retention? Okay, great question. One way you can increase audience retention is by eliminating the fat out of your videos. By that, I mean trimming out, cutting out anything that is not relevant to the videos. Keep your videos snappy, keep them to the point. Don't hem and haw, don't and ah. Cut that stuff out. Don't take a long time to get to the point. Come in guns a-blazing, get right to the point. People, it's limited time, right? You're asking people to take the most valuable asset they have, which is time, and spend it on your video. So don't waste their time. Appreciate their time. Trim out the fat, trim out your ums and ahs, become better at communicating, learn how to make a hook at the beginning, and learn about pattern interrupts, right? A pattern interrupt could be a camera angle change. It could be a zoom in or a zoom out, or maybe you're doing a talking head style content, and then all of a sudden you put something on the screen instead of yourself, or you put B-roll. Pattern interrupt is anything that breaks up the image that you have to make people's brains not lose interest. So look into pattern interrupts as well. My upload speed is 200 up. That's what I'm talking about. You have no problem. You could probably, you can definitely live stream at like 4K. No problems, I bet. How fast should your internet be to stream good quality? Again, I would say minimum 4. And that's going to be dicey. Like you could go up 720, stream up 720 with 4, and it's still hit and miss. Just you want as much upload speed as possible. Already answered this. I'm not sure what you're asking, but YouTube has a ton. If you go to YouTube and type in like green screen videos, it's thousands of results there. Let's see here. Question: is 1.1 upload speed sufficient? It should be. That should be. Right now I have about 50. I have live streamed on 10 before. And so here's the thing. If you're at 10, if you're at 5, if you're at 6 or 15, upload at 720p, right? You're going to have an option between 4K or 1080p or 720. And what that means is it's going to be the size, right? The actual size. It's going to give you more pixels, right, on the screen. So 10, I wouldn't try to stream in 1080p. I would try to stream in 720p. And for your bit rate, I would look at around 2,500, maybe 3,000, something like that. How to get people from your Facebook page to your YouTube page. You can mention you have it, but a lot of times people who are on Facebook, they don't always necessarily want to come over to YouTube and vice versa. So people like to be where they're at. So you can let people know that you're over there. Do exclusive things, right? Do one thing on Facebook and let them know if you're doing something completely different over there. Perfect example would be this. Let's say that I wanted to drive people over to my Facebook page, not my members group, but my Facebook page. I might tell you, and this is not the case, but I might tell you, Okay, today here on YouTube, I do Q&As. I answer all your questions. But on Facebook, I do channel reviews. So if you want me to look at your channel and give you channel advice, then we need to connect over on Facebook. So I might use a tactic like that to drive you to another platform. Hope that answered your question. Daniel Patel or Gordon Ramsay in a cage match? Daniel Patel, it is no question. Daniel's got the hair, and Daniel's awesome. Hold on, I'm scroll back. I just lost everything here. Hey D, how do? Oh man, dude, I'm not gonna answer that again. Okay. What is going on here? Yeah, I'll be. Look, guys, I keep. Okay. Are you regular on Monday with this life program? My schedule's all over the place right now. I'm in Mexico. We're jumping around from different Airbnbs. Sometimes I've got good internet. Sometimes my internet's terrible. So I'm all over the place. I don't have a regular schedule right now, unfortunately, and that's hurting me a little bit. But whenever I get back to Thailand, I will definitely get back on, or I can just root down somewhere. We're talking about getting a long-term lease for 6 months or something like that. So if I get that, then I can lock down to a regular schedule. Didn't ask a question. Yeah, man, you guys, seriously. Yeah, are you missing my questions? I don't know. I'm scrolling through. I'm answering questions here. Question: how to get people? Okay, okay? Do I have a problem with my loop here, or do you guys just keep asking the same questions? Because I just want to make sure that I don't have a problem with YouTube, like just having me in a question loop. What do you recommend to record in 60 frames per second or 30 frames per second? If you're just doing talking head content like this, 30 frames per second looks good. Some people do record in 60 frames per second. It is a look. However, it's not a total natural look. It can look really cool if you've got great lighting and that sort of thing. However, if you are not shooting talking head content and you're doing sports and you need more frames for more fluid motion, if you're recording skateboarding or sports or something that requires fast motion, then record 60 frames per second. Let's see, I'm scrolling through here. Question: how much do you charge for people to crash on that nice sofa? $100 a night. Great question. Can I use, okay, yep. You'll have to ask, go over to subscribe to Live Streaming Pros if you have questions about computer specs. Question, do you recommend PC? Yeah, my guys, I apologize. I think YouTube is giving me like these questions over and over and over and over again here. Because in mods, if you find people that keep asking the same question after I've answered it like 5 times, you know what to do. How do I make my own watermark? Great question. You can use something like PixArt or Pixelab. The trick is you want to save it out in a transparent PNG file, then take that transparent PNG file, load it into your video editing software or video editing app. Have a good one, Sammy. It's too slow. Your voice is too slow. If your voice is too slow, just practice. Practice. When I started live streaming, for example, I wasn't sharp. I wasn't, fast with it, but just like anything else, right? How do you lose weight? How do you build muscle? How do you become a faster runner? Practice, right? Practice. You have to condition your speech just like you condition anything else. Practice. Question: what software do you recommend for a news channel? How do you change the backgrounds to have a green screen and words and photos? Well, I recommend for software. So if you want a news type channel, you're going to need a green screen, obviously. Any piece of software. So when you need video editing software with a green screen capability, which almost all of them have that now. So whichever one works best for you. You need to evenly light yourself. And then you can get graphics or you can make your own graphics. You can go to placeit.com. You can go to Graphic River, or you can pay someone on Fiverr to actually make your own graphics to go behind you. That's all done with green screen. Would you prefer shotgun or standard condenser microphone? So my normal talking head videos that I do in my normal set, they are done with a shotgun microphone. That's what I prefer. But for live streams, I really like dynamic microphones. It kind of gives you that it gives you this particular sound. Question, I have a news channel. Can I use narrator voice and no face in a video? Yes, you can. If you have a news channel and you want to use voice only, then you have to have footage. You need footage of whatever it is that you're talking about. So yes, you can do it, but you need to make sure that you have footage. You just don't want to put it on a blank screen, right? You need something to hold their attention besides your voice. So you're going to need footage. Now you can go to a source like, Adobe stock footage or video blocks or something like that. And you can get tons of video clips to use. Question, can I switch to a different niche or should I just open another channel? That's entirely up to you. I can't make that call for you. If you're happy with what you're doing, keep on trucking. If you're not happy, do a channel pivot. It's entirely up to you. I can't make that call for you. Let's see. Question, what tripod do you recommend for your iPhone? I'm glad you asked that question. I have the SwitchPod. So the SwitchPod does not come with this, and it does not come with this. However, you can get like a ball head top for it, but the SwitchPod, it opens up. Head over to my channel, you're on my channel, head over to my videos and look for the video that I made on the SwitchPod. I did a whole video about it. I absolutely love this thing, and I take it everywhere. You could also get something like this, which is the Manfrotto Pixie. It's small. You can, it's got the ball head. You still have to put a phone mount on it, so you can actually hold your phone. And I just knocked myself out of focus. Why did it not go back in focus? Yeah, both of those are good. These are what I travel with. I got the Pixies and I've got the SwitchPod. I love the SwitchPod. You mean megabit? Okay, so 2.8 upload megabit per second. You're right on that line for being too slow. Even then, 2.8, or even if it's 2, you're still going to have to lower your quality. Like the numbers you're giving me are not anything that's going to make it like, oh, wow, now it just changed everything. Like your internet is slow. Unless you've got like 4 or 5, my answer is going to be stream in a lower quality. You don't have a choice, right? And the way you find out which one works is you set your settings, start at 720, start with a bit rate of maybe 2000 and stream and see how it does. If that doesn't work, keep lowering stuff down until it does work. That's the only thing you can do. Let's see. Thanks. I got Moment Pro camera by, yeah, that's the cheapest one. I think it's just like a couple bucks. Man, watch some tutorials. It's a great app. Watch some tutorials, learn how to use it. The key for you is going to be really, figuring out how to dial in the right settings. But when you do this, you're going to really be able to get a good looking image and eliminate some of the background noise. Now, if your phone is a potato, I don't know what phone you have. If your camera is bad from the beginning, the app can only do so much. But if you've got one of the newer phones that's come out, if you got one of the better phones with a better camera in it, that the app can do wonders. But if it's a bad camera to begin with, it can only do so much, but it's going to be better than the camera that actually comes with your phone. Hey, hybrid, how you doing? Still in Mexico. Sí, señor. Still in Mexico. Question, what would you recommend to remove the background and white outline on a mobile? Okay, so I've got some videos on my channel. I think I've made 2 or 3 different videos showing you different ways to remove yourself for photos. One of the ways, it's one of the last, you know what, let's head over to my channel. Let me head over to my channel. Give me 1 second here. We're going to screen share. And we're going to take a trip. To the channel. So I'm going to come over here. And by the way, so those of you who are Facebook, or I'm sorry, those of you who are channel members, this is the tab. You want to tap on the community feed. And that's where you find members' posts. They're mixed in, but for the members' post, only members can see them. So the Facebook group and that sort of thing is there. So we're going to head over to videos. And I'm going to scroll down. Okay, so this is one right here. Easy background remover. That's one way to remove photos. This same service just started a service where they remove video backgrounds, which is pretty amazing. And I think I have, okay, and by the way, here's the Switch Pod video. This is my favorite new tripod, the Switch Pod. That's fantastic. And I think I have another one. Give me a second here. Got a lot of videos in here. Okay, so here's another one. Android, iPhone, background eraser app. So you've got that one too. So one of those two videos, I think I might even have another one, but one of those two videos will do that for you. Next question. Hold on here. Get in here. Question. Here it goes. Okay, answered that one. Yo, what is going on? Oopsie. Honestly, I need a good recommendation for an iPhone though. Can you what? I need a good phone recommendation. No iPhone though. Okay, here's the thing with a phone. The first thing I have to ask you is, what are you going to do with the phone? If you are just going to like, hey, I just need to like check Instagram, check my emails and make calls with it and take selfies, it really doesn't matter what phone you get. However, if you're like, hey, I'm going to make content, I'm going to make content for YouTube or TikTok or whatever social media platform you're going to make content with, that's where you need to start thinking about, what camera comes with the phone. If you don't want an iPhone, then look at some of the other Android models. Don't look at the cheaper models. And that's not what you want to hear, but you need to get one of the better phones if you want to make content with it. Okay. Now, you can spend lesser money. You can get lower level phones, but in a year or two, you're going to want to replace that phone because the camera is not going to be what you want it to be. So number one, get the phone that you can afford. But number two, if you can save up a little bit more to get a phone that maybe it's not the newest phone this year. For example, the new Samsung S20, right? That's new, it's expensive. Well, maybe look at the S10. The S10 isn't as expensive, but it's still a great phone. And they've got some lower models, HTC makes some great phones too. So if you can afford a flagship phone that came out a few years ago, that's going to be a big win for you because all the editing apps are going to work on it. The cameras are going to be good. And it's going to last you for quite some time. But at the end of the day, get whatever fits into your budget. And I think I saw Quan in here. Where did he go? I saw him come in and say, yo, there he is. Quan, man, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Nice to see you in here. I'm just about to wrap things up here. Oops, question. What is the best app for live streaming screen and picture-in-picture with an iPhone? That is a tall order. So on an iPhone, live streaming your screen, picture-in-picture, I'm not 100% sure if Omelet Arcade can do this, but check out Omelet Arcade. Also check out Mobizen Live. Those are the two that I would look at first in terms of picture-on-picture. This is all photography.
Super Chat.
Thank you so much. It's all photography. Says these sessions are very valuable. Also, thanks for answering my random question about mobiles. Every blue moon on Twitter. You rock. Keep creating. I will. Thank you so much, man. American Tie Guy says Oppo and Xiaomi makes great phones at decent prices. Yeah, both of those are great. I've had both of those phones, and they were great. I don't know how many of these are available for the American market. I know if you're in Asia, those are like everywhere. If you're in the US, I don't know what's actually available over there because I know there's been some bans and that sort of thing on some of the Chinese-made devices. Yeah, those are great, great phones. Super chat music is cheesy.
Super Chat.
It's all about the funk, Hybrid. That's the thing, man. You don't understand the funk. That's all it comes down to. Thank you so much, man. Can I count to 50,000? Do people want? Oh. Okay, so if you want to go the Mr. Beast route, what did he counted to like 1 million or something like that? I don't know, man. Like the reason it worked for Mr. Beast is because nobody else was doing it, right? Like all the things that he did that stuff early on. And it was shocking back then. Like, oh, look at this dummy counting to 1 million, right? But now everybody's doing those things, trying to copy him, and you're not bringing something original to the table. If you want to do something truly original, don't copy what you've seen other YouTubers do. Think of something else that they haven't done yet and do that. And by the way, if your channel's new and you're not getting any momentum at all. If you come up with something like this, that doesn't mean people are going to watch it, right? They might watch it, but if you don't have that channel momentum yet, if nobody is responding to the videos that you're making some crazy video doesn't necessarily mean that people are going to just, oh, well, look at this channel all of a sudden. You still got to have a great title. It's going to be a compelling title. The thumbnail still has to be on point. Your production has to be on point. You know, let's say you're counting to 20 million. If I click on your video and your air conditioner's running and the audio is annoying and you're off-centered a little bit and you're green because you haven't white balanced your camera, like, I'm not going to watch it. I don't care what you're counting to. I'm not going to watch it. It doesn't look good. So try to think outside the box and do shocking things that people are not doing, if that's the route that you're taking. Let's see. Huawei is a good phone. Yeah, they make great stuff. Great stuff. You're in the US. Okay. Yeah, if you're in the US, I mean, really, I would, if you can get Oppo, if you can get Huawei, Samsung, any of the I mean, if you can budget one of the top end phones that came out in the past, 4 years, maybe, if you can budget that, I would do that route if you want to YouTube with it, right? Like I said, if you're just like, hey, I'm just checking my email, selfies, taking pictures of the family, that sort of thing, and it really doesn't matter. But, if you can get a good phone, because the problem with older phones, the problem with some of the phones that don't cost so much, like, you truly get what you pay for with some of these devices. So the difference between, let's say, this is the iPhone XS versus an iPhone 7, right? I know you don't want an iPhone, but just the difference between two. The camera is absolutely superior between this and like the iPhone 7. The processing power is superior, right? Like the iPhone 7, I can go buy one today for just a couple $100. It's dirt cheap. Same thing with Androids, but the processing power is superior. And it shoots in 4K. The microphone is better. And when it comes to processing power, that matters if you're going to edit video on your phone, right? That's going to make the difference between your video taking 10 minutes to render or 30 minutes to render, right? The processor that's in your phone. That's going to make the difference between, can you have one video layer or can you have 10 video layers, or do you have 5 video layers? The processor is what decides that for you. I make videos all the time talking about, let's use Kinemaster, for example, or even Video Leap for iOS users. You can use tons of layers. And by layers, I mean, you can have a bass track and you can have a graphics track and you can have a B-roll track and you can build up kind of like a cake, right, with layers. And people download these apps and are like, hey, I can only use 2 layers. It's not the app's problem. The problem is the phone. The problem is the chipset, the processor that comes in the phone. It's not powerful enough to give you multiple layers. And the way that works is you need a core, which is the layer. The chipset has different. I'm going to nerd out with you for a second. The chipset has different cores in them. You're going to need a core to render. You're going to need a core to actually look at it. You're going to need all these different cores. The more cores you have in the chipset, the more layers it's going to give you. Now, people download these hacked apps, these APK. I'm going to get Kinemaster for free, and they download it, and all of a sudden, where if they use the legit version, they only had 2 layers, but they used the cracked version, and now they got 8. And they're like, oh, this is great. Wrong, because what happens is they've taken off the protective layer that Kinemaster put on there to match your phone. So now what happens, your phone is working overtime, and you legit run the risk of catching your phone on fire because it shouldn't be using that much power for using all of those layers. So I know it's a huge answer, but get the phone you can afford, right? Whichever one fits into your budget. But if you can save up a little bit more to get a better phone, do that.
Super chat.
Tech for Your Needs says how to change the YouTube URL. That's a great question. I don't know if you're on a phone or not, or if you're on a desktop computer, but you can change it. Let me see if I can find you a link. Hold on a second. How to change a YouTube URL. I'm going to drop a link into the chat right now. Boom, there you go. That should walk you through it. Excuse me. All right, man. And for that, we gotta give the hybrid some more fun. Next question here. Can you dance and sing? I can't dance, and no, I cannot sing. Zolf says that cheese sounds good. Yeah, that's the point. Do your own thing. Yep, that's right. Oh, man. Do 500 sit-ups. Oh, man. I'll tell you what, this guy right here, this guy's probably the only guy I know who could do 500,000 sit-ups. He could legit do it. Oh, let's see here. So somebody's asking my watermark. Hold on. Dee's watermark is basically an image he found on Google and added it as a watermark. What watermark would that be? If you're talking about the TubeBuddy watermark, that is from TubeBuddy. If you're talking about this thing down here in the corner that shows up, Nick made that. We have all custom graphics. We don't randomly grab stuff off of Google. And if you're talking about these bars or anything like this, I made those. Next question. Oops, where'd it go? How do you do better edits on Power Director? Practice. How do you get better at anything? Practice. Doesn't matter the app, doesn't matter the software. Yeah, this S20, solid phone. Solid. The camera's amazing in there too. D, you told me not to buy anything else. Here I go again. Stop buying stuff. See, I don't know the phone you have. I don't know what phone you're currently rocking. And I don't know what you're going to do with your phone, but like, I always like to look at tech purchases as well as like future proofing, right? Like if you're going to go out and buy a camera, you're going to buy a computer, you're going to buy a laptop, you're going to buy anything that you're going to use, especially if you want to be like a online creator. If you can budget a little bit more to try to future proof yourself to make sure that you don't have to replace it in a year. If you can buy something that's going to last you a few years, that's money well spent. Question, have a hanging disco ball for the super chat music. Yeah, hey man, send me the disco ball. I'll put it up in the back. I'm using Oppo A9 II, which runs around $290. Okay, there you go. Yeah, is that the one that you're doing your live streams on? Or is that the tablet? I'm not familiar with that Oppo model. Is that the tablet or is that an actual phone? The unfathomable of spirituality. Thank you so much. Okay, question. What's your recommended software for Android, Note 8, or would I be better off filming on my Android and editing on an iPad or an iPhone 6 or just iOS? Recommended software for Android for video editing. Okay, so if an Android video editor, I would look at Kinemaster, I would look at Power Director, I would look at VN or VLLO. One of those will do it for you. I know Power Director and Kinemaster, they have monthly memberships. For now, I believe VN and VLLO, I believe those are free. They do have premium features, but you can use a lot of that for free. So I'd recommend those. In terms of editing, I do recommend editing on an iPad if you can get one of the 2018 or 2020 iPads. Those are powerhouses. If it's an older iPad than that, then I do not recommend editing on that. I mean, you could, but the 2018 models, the 2020 models for the iPad Pros, they're absolute beasts. Beasts. Music is a nice touch. Thank you, my man. I can't believe this is still on. Yeah, man, because we just keep going. All right, let's see what's okay. What's the best way to get 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 subscribers to monetize? Okay, a shortcut to watch time is live streaming. And it's tough. It's tough to get members, but if you can live stream, it's going to accumulate watch time hours a lot faster than your videos if people are not responding to your videos the way you want them to. Subscribers, look, you got to put in the work. All right, you have to put in the work. You have to make video after video after video. You're in the trenches. You got to slug it out. You got to keep on going. It's actually fairly easy to get 1,000 subscribers but it's harder to get to 4,000 hours of watch time unless you have one of those videos or more of those videos take off. So make your videos, do live streams to build up your watch time hours. Either way, it's slow. It's slow either way. Did you receive your silver play button? Nick collected it for me. It's in Thailand. He taunts me with it. Awesome. Or regularly with pictures. When I do get it, I'm going to do a collab with Daniel Battelle, and we're going to unbox them together because he's holding on to his. Practice. I use Power Director. There you go. Mike, 500 sit-ups would take you. Yeah, Mike, I bet it would, man. Question is, Alight Motion good for editing or Kinemaster? Those are two totally different apps. They're both great. Alight Motion really excels when it comes to doing motion graphics. So if you want to do like some sort of animation, motion graphics, you want to create intros, lower thirds, that sort of thing, Alight Motion excels at that. The learning curve is a little bit steeper on Alight Motion. So if you're just getting started and you're not really sure where to start, I might start with Kinemaster, download the free version of Alight Motion, experiment with that. But for editing, I think you can get up and running faster with Kinemaster. Takes a little bit of time to wrap your head around Alight Motion, but it's amazing. Power Director did an update. Things improved a lot. Yeah, VLLO is the name of it, exactly. It's a great app, fantastic app. It's available for both Android and iOS devices, and last I checked, it was free. They might have premium features in there, but I think the bulk of it is free if they do. I always confuse the insides of VN and VLLO. Have a good one, Quan. See you, man. Let's see here. Scrolling through. All right. I've worked hard and got 28 subs. My other account is on mobile. There you go. How you been? I've been great, man. How you been? Let me go over here. Go to there. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. This was an awesome live stream. Thank you for the great questions. Thank you for the super chats. I do appreciate it. I will be doing a members live stream hopefully this week. I meant to do one last week. I couldn't. We're going to get on one this week, later this week. And for those of you who are new members, we do have a private Facebook group over there. So make sure you go to the community feed, check out the link for the private Facebook group, and then I will add you. I will, as soon as this is over, I'm going to go over there and add you there. I'm checking in there daily, answering questions and that sort of thing. And if you haven't given us a thumbs up yet, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. Doesn't matter. I'm going to take one more here for the road question. When viewers like to see the content, which is like shortcut way, 1,000 subs overnight, but I don't believe in that. What to do? People don't like to be told, stay patient. I know people don't like to be told, be patient, but guess what, man? Like that's the reality of it. Like you can't force people to watch your videos. Like if you did, a lot of people would do like sub for sub and they buy subscribers and that sort of thing, but that doesn't give you watch time. That just gives you inflated subscriber count. And YouTube can see that. YouTube can see that. So if you're trying to get into the partner program, like you might get denied because they can see those are not organic subscribers because it doesn't match the views. It doesn't match the watch time. Bottom line is this: nobody wants to be told that they have to be patient, self-included. Nobody wants to wait, but that's reality. If you want 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours of watch time, specifically 4,000 hours of watch time, you got to wait. All right, guys, thank you so much. I'll see you next Sunday. Have a fantastic, fantastic week. Members, I'll see you this week, and I'll catch you guys over in the Facebook group. Have a good one.